Surrounded by snow. Nothing to drink.
Hello? Does this thing, does it work? Does it work? That's the question. Is that working? I can hear myself back. Don't like that. Cool, right, that should be doing the job. Cool. Morning? It's 7 o'clock at night, man. Hello. Elysian, how are you doing? Stop speaking le boguet accent. Oh, sorry, that was apologies to any French watching. Cool, right, how we doing? We okay? We good? I pretty much just got back from work. I've had Sunday dinner and I thought to myself, damn, don't I want to explore Milton in the long dark, whatever it is, Hilton, Milton, wherever we're going. Apparently down with the Newfoundland, that's it. It's been the subject of many nights' sleep. Oh shit, it's fucking Ulla. Thanks very much, Ulla. Cheers, man. I work Sundays. It's only a short shift on a Monday. I get paid double time for it. They were just short of staff today, and they needed a handy. Could you ever name yourself? Could you name yourself after every Canadian province over months? I'm pretty sure that would just get really confusing. One of those ones. Bloody hell, God, work was a fucking fiasco today. It was really quiet all day. We're basically getting a lot of the shop sort of ripped out and replaced, kind of thing. We're having the escalator changed, which means everything in and near the escalator has to be unbolted and moved away. I work in an optician, if that wasn't obvious or apparent. Basically it just it was an absolute fiasco. Basically, they're not meant to be starting work till tomorrow. But the guys turned up today with all of the stuff and wanted to start work, so we had to basically For half an hour after the store had closed, we were just going through like drawers, just pulling everything out. Basically, there's everything. The entire, all of the glasses for the Birmingham region are literally just like in boxes on the floor, all over the place. Like it's an absolute fiasco. But it should work a treat, hopefully. I don't want to be I really don't want to be whoever's in tomorrow fixing that up. So yeah, I do know the way, jerk. Sweet. I don't know, not much else to say. How's things with you? I've just kind of sort of, I don't know. Has anyone else found today that they've been really tired? I don't know why. Maybe it's just the weather, or maybe I'm just lazy. It's probably the latter. But literally, I've been sort of gliding through the day in this like sort of coma, just kind of only just waking up now. It's a bit weird. Sweet, got a few people in, all nice stuff. Got a good amount of people here. I'm always tired, man. That's yeah. I hearken. So what's the plan today in Long Dark? That's a very good question. Before we actually start playing, we might as well convene about what we're going to be doing. Well, for the most part, surviving. I had a look around in the settings for the Long Dark. It must have been yesterday or the day before. And because there's custom settings now for the Long Dark, and that's nice, that's cool. I'm not so hardcore that I can play Interloper. Yeah, not dying, exactly, Ole, that's the point. Like, Long Dark's a bit weird. Like, the Stalker mode is hard, but it's not as hard as it could be. Interloper is pretty fucking brutal, but it's not as hard as it could be. Stalker's like a very nice balance between sort of survival and exploration, if you like. The Voyager game mode that we played, we got to day 183, I think, before I lost the save, like an Egypt. But the problem with Stalker is that, the problem with Voyager, which is the medium difficulty, is that once you have enough supplies, the game just becomes a case of just biding your time. Literally just going from day to day, hour to hour, week to week, just eating food and surviving, as long as you keep enough firewood in and stuff like that. It doesn't get any harder than that. Principally, the Stalker game mode is the same. But because things are so much scarcer, let me just move the mic in front of my fat face. There we go. Move the cables. There we go. Everything's broken. Lovely. Because the Stalker mode is like everything's that much scarcer, and there are certain mechanics that are actually disabled by default in the Voyager mode. Like, for example, intestinal parasites. That has been the bane of our existence in this particular session, or in this particular Long Dark save. And it's something unique to Stalker and Interloper modes. You can eat as much bear and wolf meat as you like in Voyager mode without getting any intestinal parasites, adding this whole sort of extra dynamic to the game, which is really interesting. Also, two things that I wasn't really aware of. I guess they make sense, but I wasn't aware of them at the time. Over the course of the game, your character, the world, if you like, the way the world generates stuff, if you like, changes. The base temperature of the world drops as your save gets older. The more days you survive, the more gradually cold it gets. The same goes for animals. The longer your save is running, the more scarce the animals become. They all start freezing to death and things like that in the extreme cold. And whereas we're bumping into bloody wolves, moose, black bears every sort of 15 seconds, if we get into sort of the later stages of the game, like maybe like 1 or 2 months in, we might actually start to see that it's actually pretty rare to catch a deer, and we'll be actually having to go out hunting for them, like literally going out of our way to find them. A Soviet was asking his viewers who out of the clan had the best voice. Oh, when was he asking this? I think it's weird. I don't think I have the best voice in ZF. I'm kind of putting it on now, but no, I don't think I have the best voice in ZF. I think I really like Zeiss's voice. I know Bavan's got a really unique voice. I wouldn't say it's the best, but it's got its own quirk. I don't know. Maybe Sheep, yeah. I don't know. I wouldn't say I've got the best. Would I sound the most well-spoken? I don't know. I really like Sheep's voice, actually, in a really sort of non-creepy, sort of lie under his bed at night kind of thing way. Yeah. Neville. Yeah, Neville's got the best voice. Of course he does. Cool. So I'm enough waffling. There's certainly plenty of you here. We're going to go and we're going to play some games. I want to kind of explore Milton, although I've been told different things, and I've also reached a sort of a conundrum in my head. Sorry, I can't stop talking. I'm going to have to keep waffling on. Basically, I'll do it while I load the game. How's that? We'll reach a compromise. Basically, the conundrum that I've got in my head is that when you're on Stalker game mode, you can get an illness called cabin fever, which is where basically your guy starts getting stir crazy from staying indoors all the time. Now, you can fix this by going outdoors frequently, but sometimes if you're ill or maybe it's just too cold, you can't leave the house and you start to get a bit stir crazy. Now, here is my dilemma. Sorry, how you doing, FireEye? And Jane, how you doing? Yeah, literally, like, here's the dilemma that I've got. I've now got enough bear pelt to make, enough, either to make a, sorry, what is, hello? You should be able to find the long dark. There we go. Right, so I should have enough bear pelt to either make the bedroll or the jacket. Now, the jacket scares away wolves, but the bedroll is incredibly warm. Now, my worry is that I do, at the moment, such is the nature of Stalker, spend shitloads of time indoors. Like, it's sometimes too cold to venture out, so on and so on. Like, it can actually be really tricky to just get out and explore, kind of thing. So I'm never too sure what to expect or what to do. I'm always a bit sort of stuck and never really know how to tackle it, kind of thing. So I'm really not sure what I should do. I could either make the jacket and be nice and warm most of the time, but then if I ever get stir crazy and have to sleep outside, then maybe the normal like nylon bedroll isn't going to quite cut it. You see that wolf back there sort of freaking out? Well, you can't now. There's a great big axe on the screen. Cool. Let's resume our save. Milton is kind of a mix between rough terrain and of Timberwolf Mountain and the town side in Coastal Highway. I've heard good things about Timberwolf. Karu, thanks very much, mate. A lot of this stuff is actually ready to go, pretty much. Oh, I actually turned the HUD off, didn't I? Just so I could grab that recording you saw in the intro there. Display HUD normal. There it is. Right. That's the stuff. So we've got loads of cured wolf pelt. I kind of want to craft all of the jackets and stuff that I'll need before I head out. I think that's fair. I'll probably need some more deer hide, I think. I don't think... Basically, the idea is that we're not just going to run straight off to Milton as fast as our legs or it can carry us. I think we're going to sort of take it sort of a bit slower and not cock it up, basically. It is obviously a much harder game mode, this. So this is fresh raw rabbit. That's right. I went and killed myself an extra rabbit, which means I get 3 days until I can repair my mittens. If you remember, my mittens are in really bad shape, just because of me being an Egypt and getting mauled by a bear. So I'm going to let that cure. It's only going to take 3 days, which is going to go by in the blink of an eye. What I do have is some moose hide that's curing nicely, and then my second black bear pelt that's curing nicely. So I've got to wait for those to finish before I can do much else. Now, I did go through my entire firewood supply while I was bumming around trying to cook all of this meat that we've got out here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to eat... what's our current intestinal risk? It's at 1%. So I've decided 5% is my limit, is what I'm going to risk. So we're going to eat... In fact, actually, we've got loads of venison. Oh, sorry, loads of what's-it meat that's going rancid. So we'll eat just a normal steak for the moment, just one of our normal ones. I do have some sort of rabbit meat on me that's kind of going a bit rancid, but we'll ignore that for now. For the meantime, we need to go out and get some firewood, so let's do that. Right, make the coat, even though, even in the normal... Yeah, that's actually a fair point. Play the story already. I don't like the story. I know that's really weird. It's probably a really good story. I don't like the story. I don't like that it's linear. It's not linear. Oh shit. I've got deer, like, right outside my house. Oh, I could actually make some boots. Let me just get back indoors. Right, in this case, I find myself in the unique situation where I need to create a survival bow. Let's grab some cured birch saplings and some cured intestines. I think these are the ones we're after. Yep, this is all curing nicely. Okay, so we can make a survival bow now. It's going to take about 5 hours. So let's make a survival bow. Let's use our hatchet as it's got better condition. Oh, cabin fever. Let's see, this is what I warned you about. Or what I was warned about, even. Time spent indoors. Spend some time outdoors. You've been inside too long, so you're starting to feel very uneasy. Spend some time outdoors before it gets worse. Okay. I need to do some... How am I supposed to craft if I keep getting cabin fever? Oh well. Right, let's spend some time outdoors then. I guess we'll just go for firewood for the moment. We'll come back for the hunting bow. Oh, there's no sound. Oh, shit. I'm sorry. I'm a retard. There we are. That should fix it. There you go. You can hear that now. Or at least you should be able to. So, I should have just made a survival bow there. Did I? No, I didn't quite make it. Okay, that's fine. So we need to run off and go and get some firewood. Right, I'm going to try and avoid going that way because that's where the wolves are. We've got 2 or 3 deer just around our house. Again, if we can make some stuff, some things, that'll be great. Cabin fever, 30%. I guess... oh, there's fucking there's fucking wolf coming. God fucking damn it. I've got all of this meat on me, actually, don't I? So I'm my own worst enemy here. Let me drop a little bit of this meat that I'm carrying. Where is it? Food. Drop both of those. Let me just leave my raw meat just here as well. Oh, pick up my coffee. Don't think he's after my coffee. I've still got a single centimetre. He's still coming. I just have to dive indoors for a second, just to break the aggro. 30%. You've been indoors so long, you're starting to feel uneasy. Spend some time outside. That's a really nasty affliction, that is. Cool. Okay. Well, interesting. So what have I got that's absolutely stinking me out here? Is it the guts that I'm carrying? Yes, I'm still carrying cured guts. Let's drop those down in here. There we go. What's my scent at now? I've got no scent now. That's perfect. Right, let's just grab some water. We'll probably need to make some water again at some point. Remember all that water that we found? We've basically gone through it all. Like, we've only got a few bottles left at the back. Apart from that, we're pretty much naked. So I'll just leave my saplings here for now. And now we'll go out and grab some stuff. I don't know whether I should sleep at all. Does sleeping make cabin fever worse? Let's find out. We're on 31%. Let's sleep for an hour and see if that improves it or makes it worse. I don't think the wolf will eat the meat we've left outside. It tends not to be the case. 38%, yeah. So being indoors makes it worse. Okay, so I might have to sleep outdoors then. Which is an interesting prospect the game has put before me. We're at positive 5 degrees at the moment, which is nice. We need to just spend some time outdoors. We need to get out of the house, get away from the cabin, which is fine. We need to find some outdoor activities, I think. I don't want to use my 308 rifle now. My is it 308? 303? No, 308. It is 308. My 308 rifle for killing the deer at the moment. It should really be a self-defense mechanism, if nothing else. So I'm going to try and avoid killing wolves with it. What I am looking for is wood, like mostly cedar and fir limbs is what I'm after. Sticks will also do. Anything I can use to get a fire going, basically. That's the subject of today's quest. It's a 303. Okay. Lovely. Let's go over here. What else have we got? Here we go. Here's this cedar. Cedar. It's a fir limb. This is the good stuff. So what's this at now? 38%. It's been so long, you're starting to... Can somebody quickly... Sorry, we're already at that point where I need people to go to the wiki. Can somebody see how long it takes for cabin fever to just go away?
Oh, yeah.
Bearded Clam, the 1920th edition of a bearded clam there. I'm not entirely sure if that was a wolf or not. I can hear something running in the snow. I don't like that at all. I'm going to go over here. I've got at least some firewood. I want to ideally... Oh god, sorry. We're not off to a good start. Fuck's sake. Hang on. God, he's really coming this way. How am I supposed to get anything done? 22 minutes. So it's got to be a new record. Right, shit. I really need to get out of the house, but I'm hemmed in by wildlife. What am I supposed to do? I guess we'll sleep outside tonight? Just out the back. Water isn't great. It's not terrible. I think we need to sleep outside tonight just to get rid of this cabin fever. That's really annoying, cabin fever. I've got to sleep outside. That's just so evil. It's so evil. Yeah, you're welcome. That's it's your what is at your moment at the moment your 9 minutes past or 10 minutes past 7 wake up call in the evening. Just entered the stream. First thing I hear is a scream. Don't make me shoot you. I really don't want to shoot you. With the steam. If you're asleep in a sleeping bag, in a fishing hut, or without a door, it counts as sleeping outside. Oh, okay. That's fair enough. I'm miles away from fishing huts, though.
Yeah.
The wolf just described. Did you hear about the restaurant on the moon? Great food, no atmosphere. Ah, good joke. Good joke. Good man. Right, so I got all my coal down there. I got me broken arrow. Call him broken arrow on that one. God damn, how am I supposed to get past this wolf? Let me crouch as I leave. Oh my god, no. Okay, right, I'm gonna have to stab him. Let's stab him. Absolute bastard. Minor bruising, laceration, and some blood loss. Not terrible. I need to just go and quickly grab a bandage. He's probably going to bleed out. At least I didn't scream that time. Bandage. Transfer. I could probably craft some more bandages. There we go. Not too bad. He should bleed out soon. He was really going for that. He's probably going to conk out in a minute. He's sort of getting really delirious and sort of just running around in circles. Well, I mean, we really fucked him up then. Like in a big way. Oh, there we go. He's slowing down. Starting to become more of a trot. Only 45%. That's not too bad. Is he going to... Oh, there we go, he just conked out. So apparently sleeping in a vehicle counts as outside as well. Ah, fair enough. What I'm going to do is, we're losing sort of the temperature here. It's not great. How badly damaged are my clothes? Did he go for my socks again, the bastard? No. Did he damage my trousers? Just barely. He damaged my scarf a little bit, but my scarf barely does anything. It's shit, basically. At least we've taken care of that.
Oh, yeah.
Iron Axe, thanks very much, mate. It's your first time, apparently. Well, we dealt with that wolf pretty well, actually. He's gone. Yeah, like I say, we fucked him up big time. It's going to take 29 minutes to harvest that. Let's also get his hide and his guts. Right, what's our cabin fever at now? 40%.
Oh, yeah.
21 frogs as well, thanks very much, mate. I feel bad for the wolf here. We just fucked him up big time. I'm actually really confused here. My cabin fever doesn't seem to be going down. Is it something that I have to just get and then fix? Or do I have to spend like 24 hours outside? Because I just spent like an hour outside there and it didn't even move. I need damage control. I have to come inside for a bit. Because I have to rest, but I can't really sleep outside. I'm going to have to, aren't I? I'm going to freeze to death in the night. This is super dangerous. Where's all of that meat that I just got? Right here. Right, it says you have to spend 24 hours or at least sleep outside. Oh, I see. Let's, should I just sleep for an hour? Feels like -3 degrees. Let's just sleep for an hour. Build a snow shelter outside your house. Keep it until... Oh, I see. Sleep in it until it goes away. I don't have a free snow shelter I can build. I'll have to come inside and grab enough materials to make some. It's kind of annoying, really. Right. Have I got any fuel left in the lantern? I'll have to light a few matches. I've got 0.4 litres. Let's fill it up. I've got enough kerosene. That's a very good idea with the snow shelter, by the way. I rate that. That's a very good good plan. Where the hell is that lantern gone? Is it because I've got it in my hands that I can't see it, or am I just blind? Is this it? I think this is it. Actions, refuel. There we go. That's what we're after. We don't need to carry it around with us. We've also got a sewing kit for the Shelf of Purgatory here. That's all my broken stuff. I've got one spare rifle round. I've got my bow, which is nice. Got no arrows for it though, which is annoying. Yeah. Right. I need to get enough cloth to go out and sleep in the bush, which needs 10 cloth. I don't know if I have the facilities for 10 cloth. I really don't, actually. I don't have enough cloth. How do I make cloth? Can I just make it from anything? It's basically just from clothing, isn't it? Bandages are made with cloth, but I can't make cloth. That's quite annoying. This is why I'm tempted to get that bearskin bedroll, if you follow my meaning. Oh, I really don't fancy freezing to death outside. I wonder if the Bear's Cave is free. Should we go and pay a visit to the Bear's Cave around the corner? To treat cabin fear, the player must spend time outside until it goes away and cannot sleep inside for 24 hours. It's only -3 out. Sorry, let me just... The bed warmth is +3.8, so as long as it doesn't get any colder than this, I can sleep outside. I don't know, should I... sleeping outside for 4 hours seems a bit risky. I'll sleep for 2 hours and see how it goes. See, look, my meter went down then. The bearskin won't help you... Oh, see, look, hypothermia. Wake up. Feels like -27. And thus the conundrum sorts itself out. God, that's really annoying. Cabin fever. I'm just going to have to spend the night inside. There's not much I can do about that. Oh, and I think I wasted my... Did I waste my lantern? No, okay, good. Yeah, I'm just going to have to spend the night inside. I mean, what else can I do at this point? I don't want to, but I literally have no choice. Go to the fishing huts, find one with a door and sleep in it. Do you know that this literal mechanic might be the thing that forces me to change base location? I might literally have to move elsewhere. I'm thinking the snow shelter's a good idea though. I need to sleep for like 7 hours. 8 hours. Hypothermia risk healed. Hopefully I don't get cabin fever, fingers crossed. Seems a bit harsh to give me cabin fever when I'm indoors like that. One-armed god, 4 months. 4 mounts. Thanks very much, mate. It's quite loud, the game. I don't think I've changed the volumes. Right, well, we quite clearly need to get outdoors, so let's try and find some firewood. Nice and early. You can also sleep in cars. There's no cars nearby. I'm in the middle of nowhere. My problem at the moment is, like, cloth. Like, I don't have enough cloth to make a snow shelter. To make a snow shelter, it's... Oh, it requires 15 sticks and 5 cloth. That's not actually as bad as I thought it was. If I go back indoors, I've got to just find 15 sticks, which isn't going to take too long, to be honest. Okay, I thought that was worse than it was. I think I've actually got enough to make a snow shelter now. I'll have to make it the next time. But if I rip these up now, I see my clothing's in pretty bad condition. I harvest them for their cloth. That's my spare down ski, or my down jacket. Use the broken house? I suppose I could. Let me just have a quick read through the wiki here, sorry. The long dark cabin fever. I need to know the exact mechanics behind it so I know how to beat it, because otherwise we're going to be in trouble. Not being able to sleep indoors is going to be a big pain in the arse, because the stalker weather is really unforgiving. Man, I've googled cabin fever and there's loads of like sub-threads, like Steam discussions about how like too bad it is. If you need sleep, just use a snow shelter. You can build these for 15 sticks and 5 cloth. Can only catch cabin fever. Sorry, the symptoms of cabin fever is that the player cannot rest inside of 24 hours. Cabin fever is only dangerous having spent most of 6 days inside a building. There is a 25 to 50 day grace period where this cannot happen, as this would only become apparent after having survived for a long time. Treatment. The treatment for cabin fever, the player must spend time outside until it goes away and cannot sleep inside for 24 hours. If you need sleep, just use a snow shelter and you can build it for 15 sticks and 5 cloth. Additionally, you can sleep inside of a vehicle and also treat cabin fever due to not being counted as indoors. Also, if you use a sleeping bag inside of an enclosed space, such as a fishing hut without a door on it, then it counts as being sleeping outside and not indoors. An exception here is the enclosed back porch of the farmstead in Pleasant Valley, which counts as indoors for the purposes of cabin fever. So we need to find either a car or a snow shelter. I think the snow shelter is going to be the better way to go. For that, I'm going to need sticks, and for the sticks, I need to go behind here. Can you repair the snow shelter, actually? I'm not sure. I think you need cloth to make repairs, don't you? Which means I need to go to Milton sooner rather than later, actually. Because I need clothing to make snow shelters. Well, damn. I'm sure there were like plenty of sticks up here. Ah, here we go. There's loads of branches up here being blown down by the wind. Oh, I've got my rabbit carcass. Let's pick him up. We'll take him indoors. Got my snare. Got my branch. Let's smash this up. It's only going to take 5 minutes. It's very cold, but it's not too bad. I'm actually going to build... Oh, intestinal parasites. It's healed. Lovely. I can go and eat some more bear meat now. Right. We need to eat and drink. Cabin fever. We've got a risk of hypothermia. 82% on that. You know, I'm only going to spend 5 more minutes doing that. Right, how many sticks do I have now? I have a grand total of 20. We can now make a snow shelter. I think I'm actually just going to make my snow shelter like right next to the house. Or actually, we could sleep in that cabin just out there, couldn't we? Instead of wasting our cloth. What's the temperature like? I know like the cabin out here isn't great. The snow shelter would be a lot warmer. At the moment, it's wind chill. If I go in that little cabin out here, we'll see how warm it is. The snow shelter is a hell of a lot warmer. I've also closed the chat like an idiot. A retard. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
Free, thanks, mate. Shouldn't really be going over to the walls like this with a rabbit on them. Right, how warm is it under here? Still 14 degrees, minus 14 degrees. Can I build my snow shelter in here? I do wonder. No, not really. Minus 14. It's just a little bit too dangerous, to be honest. I think I'm going to have to build my snow shelter sort of just outside the house here. I think that's going to have to be the way that I do it. Actually, saying that, we've got the Milton Cave here, haven't we? Let me just check out the... Sorry, I'm exploring all of my options here. If I go into this cave here... This is the cave that takes you to Milton, supposedly. If I go in here... How warm is this? Does this count as indoors? Because in here it's lovely and warm. Evening Q, yeah. How do? I know obviously it's nice and warm in here, but does it count towards my cabin fever? We're at 83%. Let me just place my... In fact, let's just pass time for like an hour. There we go. Does that contribute to it? 80%? Is that going down? Sorry, let me just double check that. I need to eat and drink. Let's take some gamey bear meat in. And let's have a quick drink. There we go. Sorry, I just want to make sure I'm doing this right. So it's at 80% now. If I pass time, like an hour... And it's at 81. Yeah, okay. It counts as indoors. Well, it's basically, we have to go to, You have no water left, I know. I'll go and get some more water from the house. We have to build a snow shelter then. There really is no choice. We have to build a snow shelter. But I'll do that in the evening. We'll have to spend the day out and about, I think. Let's pop this away. We'll go inside, we'll just drop our rabbit off, we'll harvest it, we'll leave it outside, grab some more water, get some more firewood, and we'll sort that out. I'm pretty good today, mate, thanks for asking. What is that? I can't even read. Where are my glasses? I didn't leave my glasses at work, did I? Am I blind? No, I've left them downstairs. Damn. Oh well. Let's get up and over here. Damn, you can see how close the deer get to the house. You see the tracks. Oh shit, why is that all sort of... Oh, I tell you why it's all really loud. I changed the things. I dropped that to 70 last time. See, this is all stuff I do. This one's set to 30, and the voices was set to 35. That's what I had it as before. I forgot I changed that setting. Should be a bit less sort of ear rapey now. Right, so I've got all this meat out here. 91% isn't terrible. We're going to take one more piece of meat, and then we're going to take a couple of pieces of that, and then we're going to go indoors. We're basically just going to spend the day outside, basically. We need to grab some water if we're spending all day outside. Grab 4 litres of the stuff, have a big drink, and then we'll go out and we'll collect some firewood, basically. Nothing too special. We're going to drop off that big old bottle of kerosene that we've got. Over a litre. We're basically just waiting for stuff to cure. I guess Milton is on the agenda then. Pretty crazy. Played this game for a bit, ended up having walked off the edge of a cliff at night because I couldn't see shit, so lesson is don't do that. I would agree with that statement. Don't do that shit. Right, so we're at 34 kilograms. I'm going to leave... Sorry, I'm doing a shit job of inventory management here. I'm going to leave the bedroll in the building for now. Because we're not using it, are we? So I'm probably just going to... what I'll do is I'll smash this crate up for a little bit of wood.
Oh, yeah.
Sethri, finally got some time to watch your stream. Keep up the great work. Love the stream. Greetings from Norway. Thank you very much. Oh, I'm going to leave the rabbit snare as well. Can I leave that in the drawer? We've got a spare one in the drawer, so let's just leave our... We've got enough rabbits for now. We need to leave the hide. We need to harvest this bastard as well. Don't want to do it outside, though. We've got fresh wolf pelt. Yeah, we stink at the moment. You fucking smell. Alright, let me drop off my hide. And let's drop off. Let's harvest the rabbit. Make good use of all of that. Right. It's okay if we get cabin fever, because we can just sleep outside, basically. That's not the problem. The problem is keeping it off of us, which is going to be an interesting affair, let me tell you that. Right, rabbit hide, you drop that down there. Like I said, in a few days we'll be able to use these to repair our gloves. Ideally, I want to kill the... Oh, see, look, it had gone down a little bit there. I don't know why it went down, but it went down all right. Let's make some arrows if we can. I've got a birch sapling. In fact, I was able to make my survival bow. Did I make my survival bow? A simple survival bow. Oh, it's in progress, I see. I've not actually made it yet. Annoying. How long is it researched? It's only got 1.6 hours remaining, but it's indoors, so... So I'll have to leave that here for now. Right. Is there anything else in my inventory that weighs a shit ton? Yes, I didn't even sort out my bedroll. Let's just leave that sort of... I'll leave that down by the side of the bed there. We shouldn't be camping out. I'm sure there's no trouble it being that close to the fireplace at all. This is pretty pointless because it doesn't work yet, so we'll put that just on top of this shelf here. These arrows, obviously I can't do anything with them yet, so we'll drop those off. Sort by weight. My sticks weigh a shit ton and my firewood that I've already got, so let's just drop the firewood I've already got. Where can I put my firewood now that all of that's taken up? I guess what we'll do is we'll put my bedroll under the table like that, and then we'll keep dropping our firewood here. Firewood, drop, 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 and I'll drop my reclaimed wood as well. Just move that somewhere. In just there, why not? Just move my firewood up a bit. There we go. I wish you could stack it a little bit more effectively, but you can't. Right, stack of paper. What can I do? I can turn those into plugs, which I don't want to. I've got all these spare books with me, which are weighing me down just a little bit. We can put the books just sort of in the safe, actually. Is there room in the safe for these books? There should be. Okay, so let's leave those books out. I'm just trying to shed weight so I can bring as much firewood back as I can. I've got my raw meat, got the litre of stuff. Most of this is just basically spares now. Let's drop off these guts. My big fucking intestinal pile here. And I guess we'll leave the saplings behind for now. I've got some cured leather, which I'm not going to need. I'll put that in here. I've got more guts in here as well. I can't move for guts at the moment. And we'll keep our cloth on us for the meantime. Let's rock and roll. Let's get out of the cabin. Please tell me you're not still eating the bear meat when you have over 35 kilograms of safe meat. I'm juggling the bear meat, basically. I do have the bear meat, and I can still eat it should I choose, but I'm juggling it with other stuff. Basically, I'm trying not to go over 1%, 5%, that kind of thing. 5% is a little bit risky, actually. That's actually a relatively high percentage out of 100. I know it's not, but I mean, the chances of me landing a 1 are pretty slim out of 100. But 5 out of 100, that isn't too far off. So I'll drop my my raw stuff over here. Again, we're just going to leave this for now. We can cook that up later. I've got this extra piece of meat should we need it, but for the most part, we're just going out to chop firewood, so it shouldn't be too much trouble. I'm actually turning my game up locally. That shouldn't have turned it up for you. It's going to be ear rape on me, if anything. What difficulty is this on? It better be Stalker or you're dead to me. It is Stalker, Frisket. I also found out as well, while sort of fiddling around with the options, that that Interloper mode doesn't have a rifle. You can't find the rifle in Interloper. And I'm like, fuck me, it's like 15 miles between tins of beans, and there's no rifle. Like, fucking what? Do you have to just craft everything from the ground up? Every inch, you know, you have to just make a bow. How are you even supposed to kill the fucking thing that you need to make a bow? Like, are you just supposed to just harvest the kills of other animals? Like, what? Like, how? I really don't know. Hats off to anyone that can play Interloper for, like, more than a week. Like, honestly, in-game. My character's getting pretty tired. It's about midday. There's sort of a bit of low light going on. Nothing too crazy. There's quite a few big sort of... Down in this sort of gorge here, there's quite a few sort of larger sort of fur limbs and things like that. I'm definitely going to need to consider going to whatever that place is. Hilton. I think it's Hilton? Milton, that's it. Sooner rather than later. You can see how many fur limbs are down here.
If I can drop any of this gear.
And that's mostly to do with the fact that I will basically run out of cloth after I build this snow shelter. As soon as I run out of cloth, I'm in big trouble. Because then I can no longer really defend myself. Is this a birch sapling? I'm a little bit overburdened now. I'm carrying 38 kg. Is it a birch sapling? It looks like... Right, we're in and amongst fir trees. It looks like a birch sapling. Don't tell me there was a maple sapling this close the whole time. Oh no, it is birch. There's absolutely shitload of like limbs and stuff down here. It's really good. We've got 14 fir limbs, which is a hell of a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Alpen Ram. Thanks very much, mate. Welcome to the forest, mein Freunden. That's about the extent of my German. Right. Let's head back. We're carrying too much now. It's
Feels like a lot of gear.
actually the sound of the the wood in my rucksack sounds a bit like a bongo drum. I don't know whether you hear that. It does. It sounds like a bongo drum. I don't know why. Yeah, it's been called a man. I'm not quite there yet. 0 tools spawn on Interloper. You have to make them all. God. Do I have any planned stream for next week? I certainly do, Frodson. I'm actually off until next Saturday now. Well, this Saturday coming. I'm off Monday to Friday this week. I just thought I'd slide a little bit of time off work in there. Mostly just to fucking sleep. While the shop refit goes on, because that's a headache I just don't want and or need. And there's going to not be very much room anyway. Yeah, exactly. It's all the logs. Bongo Drum Joe. Bongo Joe. Joe Bongo. I'm afraid every little noise that I hear is absolutely scaring the shit out of me. Thankfully we killed that wolf that was sort of stalking our base. I'm really glad we did that. How much cabin fever are we on now? Well, it's come down to 61%. Once we sleep outside tonight, we'll be in pretty good shape. But only once we've slept outside. The fireplaces are persistent now, aren't they? When you make a fireplace, you can reuse it. Lots of no pants streams, eh? Well, as it so happens, we're having one of those now. I don't mean to get too promiscuous here, but you know what I mean. I don't know where I was going with that. Right. Let's I don't know. I guess we should go inside and just drop the shit out. We're already down 20% of our cabin fever, so that's not even too bad. Once we, am I right in saying that you have to be inside for like 6 days? Totes auto. Thanks very much. Right, you lewd as fuck. You're right. So yeah, we have to be inside for like 6 days straight, basically, in order to contract cabin fever. So basically all we have to do is prioritise sleeping outside every now and again, and then we'll be fine, I think. Let's just pop in. Welcome to Stream After Dark, yeah. Cuvex After Dark stream. God, this fir wood is much better than cedar wood. It burns for such a long time. We're going to be in some real long fiery nights here. I'm going to take 2 with me outside, and I'm probably going to boil up some water as well. I think I'm going to make my snow cabin now.
Gotta find some water.
Pretty good, Genesis. Thanks, mate. I need to make some water as well. I've got carrying quite a bit with me, so I'll just have a drink and stuff now. But I'll boil some more off while I'm outside. Might as well. Good time to. Now, we have... What's our current affliction? We are at 1% risk of intestinal parasites, ladies and gents. So, we need to make sure we're eating the bison meat. Or bison? the moose meat. Because that's going to be how we stay in the game, I think. Without too many intestinal parasites. It's why I really want to craft this bow. Right, now where can I build my snow shelter? Whereabouts? Here on the flat ground is good. It's really finicky. It has to be in like a very specific spot. Which is annoying. Ah, here we go. I can kind of build it up and around here. Right there. That'll do nicely. I'll have it there. Takes 45 minutes to build, 5 cloth and 180 calories. There we go, that's our snow shelter. So how warm is it inside the snow shelter? Repair, doesn't need repair. Let's get inside. It's a lot, basically, it's a lot warmer in here. And I'm probably going to put my fire outside as well. So hopefully this will sustain us as we are... allowed out, basically. We'll exit the snow shelter. I'm pretty sure putting a fire right next to it is going to be a problem. So I'm going to put my fire like right in this crook here. Like that. That's not too bad. 70% chance. Let's use some of our many tinder plugs here. Let's try and get a fire going. Don't know how effective this fire is going to be. Am I going to finish LA Noire? Yeah, I'm going to finish LA Noire. Just sort of feeling the long dark at the moment. Did you see the picture of the walls I posted on the Discord? I have not. I've not seen that yet. I was going to say like first time every time, but well, I'm not. Don't really feel like jinxing it to that degree. Lovely. Right. There we go, we just got our fire making up as well. Right, let's boil off some water then. 3 hours, let's try and boil off 2.5 litres. It's going to start getting dark soon. Getting quite tired. Don't know why the music just changed. I think that's just a change in music, to be fair. Excellent. Let's continue. We can probably boil off another 2.5 litres, to be honest. Let's try it. Character's getting very tired, which means we'll be able to sleep through the night, which is good. And let's try and boil that up to a maximum. In fact, I'm going to just make 1 more litre so that it's 6 litres, and I can drop them in bottles of 2.
It's gonna get a lot colder soon.
I agree, it is going to get a lot colder. Let's boil that off then. 6 litres should be enough for an hour. Yeah, an hour should be plenty. Right, so we'll eat and drink before we go to sleep, then we'll get into bed for the night. Lovely. Just like that. I made the gas station my home in the long dark, and when I returned home having to be scavenged, there were 4 wolves stuck on the roof of the gas station. Nice. Right then, let's get into our snow shelter. Does it need repairing, and what does it need for repair? Just needs a stick. Let's just throw a stick on there. Lovely. Let us get in then. And this will be where we spend our night. It's a very toasty 13 degrees C in here. Temperature is 1 degree above freezing. We are going to sleep and hopefully not die. Fingers crossed. Hopefully it stays warm enough. I'm actually really dreading this. Like really dreading this. I'm probably only going to sleep for like 4 or 5 hours at a time, just waking up periodically to make sure that I don't die. So let's rest. Let's sleep. Let's sleep for 4 hours. Because if I start freezing in the night, it doesn't tell me because we're on Stalker. It could just say you faded into the long dark, and then that's it. You're fucked right here, boy. Cabin fever. It's the middle of the night. It's 8 degrees. It's not too bad. Most of the temperature's away from us. If we actually get out of the snow shelter, the actual temperature's -7. It's -19 out. But if we get back inside, much more agreeable. 8 degrees. We're probably going to sleep through the night then, in this case. Well, let's sleep for another 4 hours, see if it doesn't get... In fact, no, we should go for a full sort of 8-hour rest now. Dangerous game. If it says hypothermia in the bottom right, then we are dead. Hopefully not. Should be morning, and we should be cured of our cabin fever. We certainly are. Let's drink up. Take a look if our snow shelter subsided at all. Not too bad, not too bad. Risk of intestinal parasites is still there, just a little bit. But it's a lot better than it was. We should no longer be terrified of sleeping indoors now. Let's just whack a stick on there. It's very cold out. -24. But if we get into the snow shelter, it's just above freezing. So that's pretty good, actually. Snow shelter doing its job there. Right then, so yeah, that's our snow shelter. That's what we'll be using to sleep outside whenever we get cabin fever. I need to just make sure that I keep it built up, basically. Dibby had the best plan. Dibley had the best plan. What does cabin fever do? Stops you from sleeping, and as if by magic, the intestinal parasites is gone. So we take 2 of those, 1 of the gamey bear meats, and then we go back inside and we start crafting, basically. Lovely stuff. Right, let's get indoors. Let's finish making that bow. And yeah, let's I don't know. That's the first step, really. We'll finish making the bow. We'll make some arrows. We'll make some arrowheads. We'll probably go to forlorn muskeg. We need some cured guts, which I keep in my shelf here. Lovely. Let's finish making that. Begin crafting. None of my weapons are in a particularly good spot at the moment. Right, let's also get the arrows out of the drawer, because I need the arrowheads from them. So let's harvest those down. Actions harvest, I get feathers and an arrowhead. Like I said, I don't have to spend an incredible amount of time in that snow shelter. It's actually much safer to sleep indoors. I just need to make sure it stays in good condition. Harvest. Lovely. Right then, so now I need to make arrowheads, which requires some birch, which I have. I'm going to use the hunting knife for that. Probably not the right tool for the job, but what can you do? Right, simple arrows. What does it take? A homemade arrow. It takes an hour and a half to build. It's good. Let's make 2 of them. And let's make... Okay, I need 1 more crow feather. Where do I keep my feathers? I think there's 1 up here, isn't there? Yes. 1 more feather. Lovely. So I now have 3 arrows. I need to drink as well. That's something I'll do. I'll probably just go out and bow 1 of the deer. And then we should be pretty good. To be honest, I don't know. I think I'll just keep working indoors until I can make sure my cabin fever's gone, basically. So I've now got a bow and 3 arrows. There we go. Pretty good. So how's everything else doing? That's nearly cured. That's nearly done. The rabbit pelts are well on the way to curing, which is nice. I got my wolf pelts, which means I can make the jacket, which means I'll be quite a bit warmer, actually. This wolf skin coat is going to be a good way to go. I believe we're waiting on 1 wolf hide? Sorry, no, I think there might be 1, 2, 3... Yes, I've got 4 cured hides. So I could actually start work on this already. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go out and kill a deer now so that I can harvest its hide and prepare the boots, basically. Read a hunting book? Yeah, I probably should. Right, let me go out and shoot one of these bastards. How's this meat doing? 87% it's keeping quite well. This venison... We'll take a venison with us. Oh. But me, I can't get very close, can I? I wonder if they've improved the AI of these guys. I can't draw a bow while crouched. I have to stand up. Looks like if you spook one, you spook them all. God, is this really how close I... Is this because I, like... I'm not even carrying that much. Do I have to really, like, fucking golden arrow it? Did I hit him? Looked like I was short. Not quite. I don't want to damage all my arrows. I don't want to damage them all so quickly. It's very annoying. I'm a bad shot. What is that? Oh, it's a wolf attacking a deer carcass. Oh, fucking hell. Headshot. Oh. Best player. Right, it was fighting. There we go, minor bruising. Not terrible. I don't have any bandages, I don't think, though. Which could be a little bit of a problem. I've got some back at the house, that shouldn't be a major issue. Right, my arrowheads. Oh, there were two wolves. I see. Let's quickly grab this stuff here.
Some first aid.
Oh my god, I'm bleeding quite heavily. Right, let me quickly run back to the house. I've got the bit that I need. I did get one then. I shot the ones right through the fucking head. Did I get all of my arrows? Yeah, 1, 2, 3. God, the one's in really bad shape. I guess that's why you can make so many arrow shafts. Turns out I'm terrible at hunting deer. Go shoot the rabbits to level up archery. I've got a book that I can read to level up archery. I just don't want to damage the arrow shafts, although I've got shitloads of arrow shafts, don't I? I can actually make an absolute monstrous amount of arrow shafts. Here we go. Right. Quickly just go in and grab some bandages. Right. Left hand. There we go. Let's apply some antiseptic to the wolf bite. I've got a sprained wrist, which wolf bite, left hand, sprained wrist. I don't really want to take painkillers for that. I'm probably going to brew some rosehip tea instead, because that's a little bit better. I think I need... How many is it for a rosehip tea? Is it 4? So 24 for rosehip tea. Okay, I don't really have as many rosehips as I thought I did then. There we go, rosehip tea. 15 minutes to prepare. Just get a little fire going. So use these sticks, yep. Bit of tinder plug. Right, so use the environment to hunt effectively. Trees and elevation are the best. I see. Yeah, I guess walking at one from level ground isn't the best way to go, is it? Well, they've definitely improved the AI since I last used a bow and arrow, which was a very long time ago, actually. Several, like 6 months, maybe a little bit less than that. Like I say, I've killed 2 wolves, which isn't too bad. Again, it's my clothing that's taking the beating here, which is why I need this deer hide. That's why I need to build like a full pack of like just crap that I can use to my advantage. My scarf is in a really bad way. Deer hide. It takes 5 days for deer hide, isn't it? I can't remember. 5 days to fully cure. But with the amount of crafting that we've got... Did I just literally just fucking light a fire and just not do it? I think I did. Don't worry about it. Why don't you use the fire striker? It will increase your chance to 85%. Mostly because I've got... I basically want to keep the fire strikers for when I need them. This is what I'd consider a very low pressure situation that isn't very important and therefore doesn't need that extra edge. I don't have much lighter accelerant, so I want to keep those fire strikers for when it really matters, because the the fucking durability of them gets slaughtered when you fucking use them, like, consistently. Right, let's just quickly whack in another stick, and then maybe one more. There we go. Right, let's boil up some of these rose hips. Lovely, it's actually becoming night time now, which is nice. Let's drink some rose hip tea. Lovely, we're warming up, and that's healed our sprained wrist. Right, the only ailment that we've got at the moment are the intestinal parasites. We could sleep, but instead I think we're going to start preparing our wolf pelt jacket. I think that's going to be a good start to our long crafting adventure that we're about to go on. I think I need 4 of those. The rabbit pelt's nearly cured as well, which means we're able to repair our mittens. Let's craft for sort of 2 hours, 3 hours to begin with. Well, I need to use the... Actually, let's start by whetstoning the knives. I think I'm going to use... Yeah, the knife would be better for crafting that stuff with, I think. Okay, we need to whetstone our equipment, first of all. Now, my whetstones are not on great durability, to be honest, but the more you use it, the better your sharpening skill becomes. So I'm just going to whetstone this to an early grave. Increasing my whetstoning skill all the time. Increased it to 37, increased to 38, and so on and so on. We really need to improve the durability of this knife. If we can find some other knives, that would be really helpful as well. It's all stuff that I never usually have to consider. Right. I wanted to start a fire using a file and a rock, and then I needed to transport some embers 500 meters. It was really fun. Nice. Yeah, we're just going to keep sharpening, I guess. Weather seems to be deteriorating outside, which isn't too bad. I'll go out and check on the snow shelter in the morning. I don't think we can craft at night, so we'll probably sleep off tonight's ailments, and we'll go from there. Increase to 48. I want to try and get. I want to get to sharpening skill 50, and then I'll start work on the. There we go, 4%. There we go. Probably because you're tired. I'd call it. There we go. So we broke our whetstone there. The whetstone has been broken and is beyond repair. I don't think you can repair whetstones, so we shall leave that as it is. That's now at 79% condition, which is pretty good. Now we need to sharpen our axe. It's going to take a little while. Like I say, I don't think you can repair whetstones. Nope, once you've used them, that's it. So that's one for the Shelf of Purgatory. Let's just keep using it. We've got a spare rifle cleaning kit as well, but we're not really using the rifle at the moment, so that's fine. Let's keep sharpening our tools then. We're at 4% sharpening condition at the moment, which is pretty good. If we can get that up to 5, it will make a massive difference in the amount of stuff that we need to sharpen. Can really help the durability, so we'll just keep sharpening away. We need to get the axes and stuff into a decent condition before we can properly use them. It's very late in the night, I should probably just go to bed, but I want to save the daylight hours for crafting, basically. Tiredness is like a second at this point. I'm going to get it up to 60. Sharpening level 60. I am going to need to explore Milton very soon. Much sooner than I think much sooner than I think I have to, basically. Right, let's sleep. I need to eat and drink before I do, though. Let's have some of that venison before we go to sleep. And let's drink. Let's hit that snooze button. And let's sleep. It's about there at the moment. It's just about 11 o'clock, so if I sleep for 7 hours, it'll be a nice long rest. That should be pretty good. Use a whetstone on itself, yeah. Right, it should be just ticking over to daytime now. So, our crafting bench. Begin crafting using our knife here. Can't craft, it requires light, that's fine. Got our moose hide stuff. Like I say, this bedroll here, bedroll crafted from bearskin, heavy, but very warm. The smell might scare animals away. So this is the nice thing. If you build wolf skin and bearskin clothing and wear them together, I believe the effect stacks that makes it scary for animals to basically like chase you or whatever. We're going to be wearing a 7 kilogram jacket though, so I'm not sure whether is it even worth it. I mean, the wolfskin coat on its own might be enough, as you can see the bearskin. We're going to be incredibly warm. I mean, I was thinking of crafting both, but if I craft the wolfskin coat, surely it's worth crafting the bearskin bedroll. I don't know. How much changes since the full release? That's a very difficult question. I don't know. I see, the more I think about it, the more I think the bedroll would be more sensible. And yet, then the bearskin coat would be more sensible. It's difficult to say. What's my current parka? Is it very wind resistant? I've got a decent lightweight shell, which is pretty crap, to be honest. Then I've got this one. But look at how much these weigh. 1 kilogram, 2 kilograms. My current outer layer only weighs 3 kilograms. As soon as I put that wolf jacket on, it's going to weigh an absolute ton. This is my concern. I'm really not sure. Yeah, I'm really stuck for words. What do I do? I need to find some better underlayer clothing. I can fix my rabbit mittens very soon, which are in a sort of slightly worse off state. A wolf jacket plus a regular one is usually enough. The bear one is overkill. Is this the Joker? Who knows? A wolf jacket plus a regular one. Yeah, you're probably right. Should I use the bearskin? Should I use the bearskin rug then? The bearskin rug. Should I use the bearskin bedroll? Because what that would allow... Hear me out. If I make the bearskin bedroll instead of the bearskin jacket, then I can use the bearskin... you know, I was just about to make a very good point there. Yeah, if I use the wolf jacket outer layer and then turn the bear skin thing into the bedroll, then by some fitness of the imagination, that's better. I did actually have a very good point I was about to make, and then it just sailed away on carefree troubles. How good is the moose cloak? I think that's more for protection, but I think it weighs a shit ton. Let's see. Workbench. Yeah, it weighs 4 kilograms. It's very warm. It's not as warm as the bear coat. I think this is probably better, isn't it? Risk of intestinal parasites healed. Also a little bit thirsty, a little bit being an understatement, but hey ho. The bear with the bedroll, you can sleep safely out. It sleeps safely in most outside places, yeah. I'm probably thinking of doing that. I think, in the back of my mind, the bearskin roll was the better decision. Or the bearskin bedroll and the wolfskin jacket's the better decision. So I just need to just craft this stuff up, basically. And then I need to go to Milton, sort of as soon as I can. I'm going to be spending the next few days crafting. So it's kind of a bother, but... I'm going to really chomp through the durability on this knife. Not much I can do about it.
I need to find a place to rest.
Literally just making clothing for the next few days. What I can do is take these rabbit mittens and I think a piece of cured meat or a cured and just quickly repair my mittens. There we go. Try and repair them. Don't break it. Good stuff. That's it. What's it at now? 78. That's pretty decent. That's not bad at all, actually. 78 is pretty damn good. Yeah, I'm happy with that. That'll do. So I've got some spare clothing in my pack in the form of this that I'm building. It's going to take me a while, as I say. Right. Let us just build for a few more hours. I am really chomping through the durability on this knife. Might be too dark to work now. I'm just going to keep working until it says it's too dark. There we go. It is now too dark to craft. You only need 11 more hours though, which is not bad at all. I'm going to eat my bear steak for the night, and then I'm going to drink down my water, and then we're going to hit the sack, and we're going to sleep for like what I'm going to assume it could be about 10 hours. Nice long rest. Do I have the moose satchel? I have the means to make the moose satchel. I don't have the moose satchel yet. The moose hide, I believe, is still curing. So it's about where it should be. Right. Let's keep crafting. Probably need to drink, which I do. Slaving away here, just making stuff. Spend another 5 hours here crafting what I need. Yeah, oh sorry, there we go. I remember the good point I was trying to make. If I make the bearskin bedroll, then I get to rip up the old bedroll that I have. And if I rip up the old bedroll, then I'll have 10 cloth that will allow me to fix various underlayers and things like that. Doesn't that sound more worth it than just having an extra coat on that weighs an absolute shit ton? I think the wolfskin coat isn't as good here. I think the wolfskin... Oh, sorry, I think the bearskin coat isn't as good. I think the wolfskin is more worth it. I think that's my argument. That's all I got. Right, let's eat and then drink. Probably go outside, grab some more moose food. There we go. Q sweatshop. How long is it till it's cured? Oh, it's actually just finished curing. The black bear hide is nearly done as well. Deer hide is well on the way. I've got some spare hide to repair stuff. Excellent. If you need cloth, you can go up to the camp office and rip up their curtains. That's true. It is true. Let's go for the full. Let's go for the sesh. The full 6.5 hour grind here. Hopefully we get it finished tonight. There it is. Cabin fever. There we go. So we've just started to get our cabin fever affliction, which is okay because we've spent like loads of days just primarily indoors, just building stuff. But we now get to wear our wolfskin jacket. So let's quickly just pop this on. So I probably want to keep the parka on, or maybe I don't. How much wind resistance is it? It's 4 and 4. This gives me 1.307. I think we'd keep the parka as an underlayer. That's waterproof. That barely is. -7, -2. What should I keep on? Should I keep on my worn old-fashioned parka, or should I keep on my decent light shell? Like, bearing in mind it's probably going to be an underlayer, this one. Well, it's not an underlayer, but I'm probably going to be wearing my wolf coat over it. What do we think? I'm not entirely sure which one I should do. I probably am going to lean towards keeping the parka. But I don't know, the light shell is, well, it's much lighter. It's got more wind resistance, which is usually the problem. Brad V, I see it before it pops up. Thanks very much, mate, for 4 months. Holy shit, good man. Parka isn't under. Okay, we'll keep the parka, which means we take this off. Well, not drop it, and then we wear this one. Can I have my wolf? There we go. Look at this. Let me take that off. Pop it in that slot. And if I just pick up my old-fashioned parka and my light shell.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. Cheers, Bradley. Let's wear that as an underlayer. There we go. Not doing too bad. So we got our mittens on. We got our wolfskin jacket. We're now very warm. In fact, we're so warm, we're spending tonight in the snow shelter. See, look, it's only -6 at the moment. The snow shelter should be able to defeat that. So let's see. Intestinal parasites at 1%. Let's grab some moose meat. Let's eat and then drink, and then let's go and catch some Z's. go. Good shit. Let's get into the snow shelter. Hopefully it only needs a few sticks to be repaired. It should still be standing there. If not, then we're in trouble. Right, what does it need? Does it need cloth? It's actually perfect. It doesn't need anything. It needs 3 sticks. And it only needs 8 minutes. I kind of want to fix this up before I go to bed. In fact, fuck it. It's minus 21 out. Let's get in the snow shelter, see how hot or cold it is in here. It's 7 degrees, so we're going to spend the night out here. Can't get much colder than it is out, so let us rest. I'm going to go risky here. I'm going to go for like an 11-hour sleep, which is dangerous, but I'm going to try it. Intestinal parasites is healed. And we're still quite warm, interestingly. In fact, it's only just starting to get cold. -2, the temperature. So not too bad at all, not too shabby. Right. With that all said and done then, I'm going to exit the snow shelter. I do need to find some sticks for this bad boy. I need to find 4 sticks, you see, and a piece of cloth. So if you leave it for too long, then you have to use a piece of cloth to repair it. So you need to try and keep on top of it. You see, now I'm not going to be able to repair that without a piece of cloth. So I'm going to have to rip up my sleeping bag now so that I can make this stuff. I also no longer have cabin fever or intestinal parasites. I'm actually healthy for a change. Would you fucking believe it? -24, -6 wind chill. So it feels like -9. Not too bad, right. I've got the moose meat on me, I've got food. Everything's sort of a bit soggy, which isn't great, but it's not terrible either. Let's get indoors. You won't sleep the full 11 hours, you only sleep the amount you need. Oh, yeah, I suppose. We will need to pass some time then, as it were. It's now sort of a little bit too dark in here at the moment, or a little bit. Well, at least we got past our cabin fever. Right, we do have another item for the Shelf of Purgatory, which is this whetstone. I'll pop that. Oh, can I get that? There we go. The Shelf of Purgatory receives another item. There it is. There we go. That's all of our dead stuff. We got a dead fire striker. We got fishing tackle, a couple of storm lanterns with no fuel in. We got that torch there, which is actually pretty useless. The torch annoys me because the aurora doesn't nearly come round as often as it should. We're halfway to curing that. This is damn near ready. We can make the moose satchel now. How long is that going to take? Only 10 hours with a moose hide. I've got to wait till morning though, so we'll make the moose satchel sort of next. I'm probably just going to just pass the time, I think. If I just pass time for like an hour. Let's wait for the sun to come up. Where did I put the workbench? There it is. Let's just sleep for an hour then. Just get our condition up a little bit. And what days do you stream the Long Dark? Just sort of a bit ramshackle, to be honest. They're sort of a bit all over the place. The weather sounds really bad out, but at least it's the right kind of time to be building a satchel. We're going for the full 10 hours. We're going to lose a little bit of condition here, but that's fine. We can get it back. All good. So we now have a moose satchel, which means if we now go to our inventory screen and go to, sorry, the clothing tab even, and then put the satchel on, we can't see it in our character, but it should increase our carrying capacity by 5 kilograms. That's right. So now we're much lighter and we're able to carry much more, and that means we get overburdened much less easily. And with that, this bear hide should be damn near finished. I'm now starting to run out of water, but that's fine because I've got like 20 logs of fur limbs. It's all going sort of reasonably, it's suspiciously well at the moment, which is interesting. Right, that's dropped to condition. These pants are kind of okay. The mittens, I'd ideally want them to be a little bit warmer, but beggars can't be choosers. Right, in this case, I am going to take this bedroll and I'm going to destroy it. I'm going to rip it up and get the cloth from it. Sort of a easy come, easy go, I suppose. So let's actions and harvest. We get 10 cloth. Takes a little while, but it needs to be done.
I've been so hungry in my life.
There we go. Do we still have intestinal parasite affliction? No, we do not. So we eat some bear meat. I'll go and grab some from outside. Is it possible to equip 2 moose satchels? No. You can only equip 1. We do need to cook this stuff, actually. It's starting to go a bit sort of smelly. Starting to, not really. Right, let's grab some bear meat. And I think we've already got some moose steak on us, so let's just eat our bear meat for the day. And we'll actually eat a moose steak as well, just to get our hunger all the way up. And then grab an extra moose steak from there. Let's get back indoors. I will bring the rifle with me to Milton, you are right. I don't think I'll bring the bow. I think I'll leave the bow here because I'm not hunting, just to save on weight. But I think I'll bring the rifle, perhaps. The problem is I have to bring enough food. In fact, maybe I should bring the bow in case I have to sort of live out there for a prolonged period of time. I don't imagine I will, though, with the entrance to the base being just next door, so it shouldn't be too bad. Right then, what else do I need to make? The deerskin boots are the next thing that I need to make that'll keep me warm, and they do a pretty good job of it, so let's focus on that. I've got 10 cloth. I should probably fix a few of these like pesky items of clothing that are no longer really doing their job. Like this parka, for example, could do with a fix. It's going to take an hour to do it, but let's fix that up. No, it didn't work. That's annoying, actually. 70% chance of success. That's just wasted 2 cloth. I need to make sure, sorry, that I go outside and repair my snow shelter then. My pants here, my snow trousers, they probably need a little bit of a tune-up. I also need to drink, something I'm getting shit at.
I'm so thirsty I can't think.
I'm also somehow sort of fallen into the middle of the night without... Can't repair while in the dark. Yeah, so it's also gone dark. Well, it's taking me so long to fix stuff. Let me just sleep for as long as the game will let me. You might want to fix the snow shelter before you have to expend even more cloth on it. That's a fair point. I shall do that now. That means grabbing more sticks. Hopefully it's not too cold out. He says, and it's minus 13. Yeah. Like I say, we've got room for some like better underlayers. These underlayers are... Oh, sorry, well, he says as he takes one off. These underlayers are basically useless at the moment. Clothing tab there and there. These underlayers just do not do anything. In fact, actually, no, it's going to be a bit weird, but if we take our trousers off here and we put those on the outside and those... No, should we do it like that? Fuck it, let's keep the snow pants over the top and then we'll keep these as an underlayer. Oh no, that's now the overlayer. And this then becomes that layer. That's alright. Okay, so we need to grab some sticks, which means sort of running up and over to the left here. What was that? That fucking bastard. You ruined my scarf.
Gotta stop that blood loss.
Where's the first aid kit? No, don't leave the cabin.
Need some first aid.
Yes, I know. I'm trying to find the first aid box.
Gotta stop that bleeding.
Right. Extra bottle of antiseptic. Bear bite on the right hand. I bet that's fucking ruined the condition of some of that shit. Okay, the bear only mauled my right hand, which means he's fucked my gloves. He's damaged my mittens. The trousers are okay, but this wolf skin jacket took a little bit of a kicking. Ugh, it's so annoying. Even the moose satchel took a bit of a hit. Damn. Don't make me kill another moose. How do I repair this? With cured leather. That's not too bad. That's not as bad as I thought it would be. He shat on my boots. This is useless now. All I can do is harvest this for an extra piece of cloth. The sun's coming up. Will gradually get better. This scarf now is basically useless. In fact, it's not even worth expending the resources on fixing it at this point. It's so far gone, there's no point in trying to fix that. It's a waste of resources. This parka as well, we need to harvest this. Okay, well that, we're going to file that under bad. Because that was pretty bad, alright. Okay, I'm going to sleep for an hour, and then I'm going to get up, I'm going to try stuff from fresh, I'm going to keep building, and so on. Good news, I am alive. You're right. The trousers are reasonably okay. The deer hide pants are good. My snow pants got ripped a new arsehole. My socks aren't great. He really damaged my shoes, apparently, so that's a problem. That's all the more reason to build these deer hide ones as fast as I can. But it's not ready yet. They're not ready. Which is, again, a bother. I'm actually going to have a can of pop instead here. A can of orange soda. Just so a bit of variety in the old diet. In fact, I'm probably going to have a tin as well while I'm out here. So let's get a tin of peaches all opened up and let's have one of those. Yeah, I thought things were really looking up then, but it turns out the game was just teeing me off. Ready to shit in my dinner. Like, literally, what the fuck? That is just so annoying. The smell might scare away animals. Well, good. Hopefully having it in my inventory works the same way as not having it in my inventory. I've got 9 cloth, and things are really badly damaged. I need to use this cured rabbit pelts, sorry, and some more stuff to try and fix these mittens up again. Actions, repair, don't fail. In fact, I'm actually about to run out of sewing kit. And my sewing kit, my last sewing kit, is too badly damaged. Okay. In which case, I'm now in a spot of bother where I don't have... Do I have any scrap metal? I'm sure I had some scrap metal somewhere. Maybe I don't have any scrap metal. Okay. Well, I guess we're going to Milton, as we are. I can't repair anything because I don't have a sewing kit. Unless I sort of harvest this ruined fishing line. I might be able to... No, I can't even harvest that. So that's properly dead. That's properly dead. Let's pop that at the back. Pop that up on the shelf of purgatory with everything else. Right. My only choices here are to make some line out of... because I've got a spare hook in my inventory, so I need to make a little bit of line with some cured guts. And then I should be able to use that to repair stuff, hopefully. So I can make either fishing tackle or something else with that. Right. Actions. I've got no more rabbit hide. Can I repair... Okay, I can just sort of repair that. That's okay. Okay, I didn't need anything for that. I didn't use a sewing kit. That's good. Some good news for a change. I've got 1 piece of cured leather in here. No, I don't. I've got 2, because those driving gloves are made of leather as well. We'll need to repair these boots. It's going to take me a while. And then I'm going to need to sleep and just get my strength back up, basically. And then that's basically it. I've got to go to Milton like this. With this stuff here, I need my bedroll, because now I no longer am able to sleep out in the sticks, which is really annoying. There's deer hides on the way. I'll leave that there. What's the point in this? Used for basic crafting and repair. Does that speed up the time, does it? No? No, it's just a random toolbox that's going to weigh me down. Right, my bearskin rug. It needs 4 more cured guts. You just used up your fishing tackle. Oh, I see. Good, good. That's fine. That's what I wanted. I've got loads of guts, so I can make loads of line. So that isn't even too bad. Right. The bearskin bedroll. I need 1 more for that. Here. Bearskin bedroll. It's going to take 17 hours to make. Let's start with a 5-hour crafting session. We'll use the hatchet. You can see it's slowly increasing our health as well because we're taking a long time to make it. Once we've made this, we can kind of press on for Milton. And hope that we don't get fucking screwed along the way. God only knows. God only knows. Oh my god, bear bite infection. Holy shit, okay. I didn't treat my infection. Let me quickly sort that out. God, that could have gone septic. Rather quickly. Okay, good. Well, I'm glad we caught that. We are running out of water. We'll need to make some more. I don't know whether I should make it on the fly or not. It's suddenly becoming quite difficult to survive in this game. And I like it. It's good. The challenge is consistent, if nothing. If nothing else. Okay, I guess we keep crafting. I need to go out and... No, I've got some food on me. That's great. Let's keep at work then. Craft another sort of few hours here. Harvest the spare storm lantern. Ah! Now there, you're right, because you can make scrap metal with that, and that means you can make fishing tackle. You, sir, are a genius. And when I say genius, I mean you thought about it more than I did. Which didn't require very much thought. You're right. If I harvest the lanterns, then I get scrap. And if I get scrap, then I'm good. Because then I can make more fishing line, or fishing tackle even, that will allow me to repair my stuff. Very, very well said. Very well said. Right. Let me pass the time for 2 hours. Then I'll eat and drink and do everything else. Let me sleep for an hour. Just, no, not tired enough. Okay, let's pass the time for 1 hour. Sun should be coming up very shortly. We'll rest for an hour. Then we'll drink, carry on. All of that. The bear was telling you to stop eating bear meat, else you'll get arse noodles for the 3rd time. I'm staggering my arse noodle intake here. It shouldn't be too bad. Right, I'm probably going to have to spend a little bit of today making water, which is annoying, because I don't want to waste time with that. But what choice do I have? The bearskin stuff, right. Do I need to eat, actually? Yes, I do. Has my arse noodle affliction gone? Yes, I need to eat bear meat as soon as possible then. Okay. What's that timer there? That's alright. Okay, bear meat. That's this stuff. I can't believe that bear got so fucking close as well. Like, fuck him. In a major way. He was like right down by my house. Like, what an arsehole. He must have just been out hunting. And I just stumbled into him. That was very harsh. Very harsh indeed. Right. Okay, we're back up to 100% condition. We've just slept off a bear mauling. Like I said, he only chewed our hand a little bit. I think we basically startled him and we just smelt of food, basically, so he just kind of left us be, which I'm grateful for, Mr. Bear. We do appreciate that. Hunting knife. I think the hunting knife's a little bit better, so... Oh, fuck it. Yeah. No, hatchet. We'll use the hatchet. So this makes us the rug. Then we... Oh, I'm getting cabin fever, which means we need to sleep outside tonight. Which I'm not looking forward to, because there could be a bear again. Did that actually craft then? Do I have a bearskin rug now? No. Is that not right? Is it because I'm too thirsty? Will you not build? Will you not build because you are too thirsty? You got 3.6 hours left. You carry on, sunshine. Did that finish? That did finish. And we now have bearskin rule. Okay. Now we need to go outside and somewhat prepare ourselves. Mouldy jerky, down and to the left. No, up, down, left. That's the jerky shelf. Just to the left of the jerky shelf, bottle of water. I saw it. Where is it? There. Drink. Right, tomorrow then we're going to have to put the fire on and make some food and drink and stuff. Right, let's stand up. Cabin's there. Take the gun. No sign of Mr. Bear. Right, so let me just quickly see. How warm is the bearskin rug? Plus 12 degrees. That's massive, actually. Holy shit, pick that up. And let's check out our shelter down here. What shape this is in. Because it's going to need some sticks, I think. Needs 6 sticks and 2 cloth. So let me just quickly mosey off and try and grab some sticks. I should have some just over the back of the house here somewhere. How many sticks do I have? None. Okay, so I need 6. It's not too bad. Do I have a scent? I have no scent, which is nice. Just need sticks. Not too bad. I really should start bringing the rifle with me everywhere I go now. I think we're at that point in the game where I'm just getting shafted at every corner. So yes, starting from tomorrow, the rifle becomes religious in its carrying. It becomes a religious tool from tomorrow onwards. Because I can't afford to just keep having gear damaged. I'm going to have to start defending myself. In the Voyager game mode, I had so much gear that being damaged wasn't much of a problem. But now all of a sudden it is a problem, and it's a big problem. So that should be enough sticks. I'm not purposely ignoring you. He's fucked. No, don't be calling out the bear, honestly. No, seriously, that's really scary. I've never known him come that close to my house before. That's new. That's not happened yet. And if he catches me when, like, I've got hypothermia or something, I'm going to be in trouble. Big trouble. So you can see how I'm eager to stay away. He thinks we're fucking with him. I do think you're fucking with me. It wouldn't be the first time, stream. Right. So actually what I need to do is get outside and repair the... What's it? I'll get the rifle tomorrow. Hopefully I don't get dug out of my shelter in the night. Right, let's repair this. Do I have any more food? No, let me just quickly go and grab some food. Can't just run over this. No, that's annoying. It affects my sprint quite heavily, all this clothing that I'm wearing. It's quite annoying. Still have no scent. I'm quite hungry. Afflictions include intestinal parasites, so we're just going to eat venison like that. In fact, I am going to take a piece of venison as well. Just normal gammy venison. It's fine. Hopefully those carcasses that I left up in there haven't gone too rancid, but what can you do if they have? Nothing really. Right, it's 12 degrees in here. We are going to spend the night sleeping here. So let us rest. Here we go. I can sleep with my bearskin rug. I can sleep with my bearskin rug in here, which should be a really nice sleep. Should be really warm in here now. No more risk of parasites. The yellow snow. Did you see that? Have a drink. That was my last bottle of water. How's the old cabin fever doing? Oh, interesting. You've been indoors so long that you're starting to feel... Does this count as indoors? That's very strange. That's annoying. I don't want to have to make so much water on an outdoor stove. I guess I'm going to have to. I've got no choice. I've got to do all my cooking outdoors today. I've got to boil up all that snow outside. Right. Such as it is, I now need to defend thyself. So, I need to get water made, so let's go out and sort that out. It did decrease snow shelters help with cabin fever. Oh, you are right. Yeah, you see, 73. I guess maybe I just didn't do it right or something. I don't know. So we got our rifle. We've got 11 rounds for the rifle, I think it is. I think we've got 1 spare bullet. Yeah, I think we've got 11 rounds left. 10 in the clip and 1 spare, so not too bad. Right, burnt out campfire here. Let's light this sucker up. 55, 70% chance to light. Let's use a fire striker. Let's get it light first time. Just shoot him and sleep inside for an hour or so.
Come on.
I could do. But for the moment, this will have to do. We've got too much meat. Killing a bear just isn't worth it at this point. I've now got the bearskin rug, or the bearskin bedroll, so that's way better. You know you can harvest that stick bush next to the house. Thank you. Is there like a dead shrub next to the house or something? Let me just add my... There we go. This is a long one. No bears. There we go. Shrub bush. Yeah, 7 sticks. That makes life a bit easier, actually. Right. Let's just keep on top of this then. Let's just repair that. Right, let's make some water. It's going to take a little while. Hopefully no bears come and bum rush me. That I would not be very grateful for. Let's boil this water off straight away, and then we'll make another like sort of 10-ish litres. Then we'll take that back to the house. So like I say, 6-hour fire, very long. I just need to have a quick drink. It's annoying that bear's come back. I didn't think the bear would come back, or like another... basically, another bear's moved in, is what's happened, which is annoying. Without saying, it's really annoying. Oh, a blizzard come and squandered that. So let's fix this up.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no point going outside. Let's just sit indoors. Put the rifle away for now. Cabin fever. We got some stuff there. I think I missed a sub there. Luke Bish, 97. Thanks very much, man. There are bears outside. I know. Yeah, it's pretty scary. Right. Let's see. What do I want to do? I want to eat and drink to the best of my ability. Right. Eat that. It's going to get us most of the way to sane. This is annoying, losing the fire like that, but it's not the end of the world. I mean, I don't really want dysentery, so I'm just going to bide my time, basically. Feels like 10 degrees in here. We could even have a little nap. I don't know, it might even be worth going and getting our cabin fever sort of fixed. Oh, but it means spending such a long time outside. Oh, God, why? Okay. We're at 41%, which is a lot better than it was. The nice peaceful music plays in the middle of this horrendous blizzard. I guess we should just pass time and then get ready to sleep. I don't usually pass the time, but hey, +3 warmth. And then plus 11.9 warmth. I see if that decays, then it gets less. Interesting. Let's pass time. Let's just pass time for us for like 6 hours. We've got enough food and water for us to just basically stay hidden in our snow shelter for as long as we need. The snow has reversed polarity. We need to drink. Our little stockpile of water here. And we need to also eat. Do we have our intestinal parasites problem still? No, so we can go straight for the bear meat. Good stuff. Intestinal parasites, very small risk of it. We're going to pass time for 1 more hour. And then we're going to probably rest after that. 2 more hours. We're going to pass the time for, and then we're going to eat, and then we're going to drink again, and then we're going to rest until the morning light. Which will probably be about 7 hours, give or take, if the game will let me sleep that long. Right, campcraft, rest for about 7 hours. Let's go for 8. There we go. Am I getting Sea of Thieves? I don't know. I've not seen Sea of Thieves. I might do, I might not. I don't know. I don't rightly know. It's one of those ones. Maybe, maybe not. Our cabin fever's over, and we're feeling a little bit perkier as well. Let's check on the state of the snow shelter. It probably took a bit of a beating during the blizzard. Bear patrol. Nothing? Right, how did that do through the blizzard? 2 sticks. There we go, keep on top of it. Excellent. Right then. I really don't know what we're going to do when we need to move bases. It's just going to be a faff, basically, to move bases. What I need to do is make my my snow boots, drop this water off, and then plan for an expedition to Hilton. Or Milton, even. I keep calling it Hilton. I can't stop it. It's how it's got to be. Right, that's going to take 12 hours to make. This is now cured. And where's the deer hide? That's now cured. Sorry you can't see anything. I need some guts. 1 more. And then I can start making these trousers, or these boots even. Let's start with a 2-hour crafting session. It's going to take me a little over a day to make these, which is okay. But they'll be a lot warmer than the boots I'm wearing as a result, which is good. I also need to light a little fire, and then we need to probably just push out to Milton sooner rather than later. I'm putting it off as this kind of massive expedition, and it is. But I can't really afford not to do it. Like, I'm desperate at this point, because I'm out of sewing material. And I'm running out of different, other supplies. I've run out of whetstone, which means I need to either find a new axe and a new knife, or find enough whetstones to be able to repair the ones I've got. I'd probably prefer the latter, perhaps, I'm not sure. If I can find one of better condition, then I'll swap it for that. That makes more sense. These things I need to destroy, I believe. They've both got no fuel in, but they both have scrap metal in them, which is very helpful. Right, let's get a sort of a small fire going here. Only a small one, doesn't need to be anything too ridiculous. And we're going to just use cardboard match, 70% chance to light, and then we're just going to boil off the last of the water I've got here. You won't find a Hilton in Milton, probably not. Can you make your own? Yes, you can, but you need a heavy hammer, something I have not yet learnt or not yet acquired. So you can make improvised stuff, but I don't think it's as good, and I don't think it lasts as long. I think it breaks very easily, but I think you don't need a whetstone to fix it. I'm not entirely sure what the benefit is. What's the benefit? So somebody help me out here. What's the benefit of of crafting your own tools? Is it just a means to an end? Like, if you can't do it any other way, then that's the way to do it? Like, if you can't find the tools, then just craft your own? Is that literally their only purpose? There's always one in Desolation Point. Oh yeah, I know where I can find a forge. Oh wait, you mean a heavy hammer? A sense of accomplishment from hard work. Yeah, fuck that. Don't need that. Need tools. Right. Ooh. Putting my gym jams on. There we go. Right, so I've now got some water on me. Not really that much, but some. Let's continue making these deer hide boots for as long as it's tolerable. There we We're going to be working into the night. Is it going to complete them? Hopefully. Yes. Weather sounds very shit outside, goes without saying. Right. Our boots. We can now swap them for these ones. Considerably warmer, more protection. We're a little bit faster with them as well. So that's even better. Let's wear those. We look fucking beautiful. Nothing on our head. And our underlayers are really bad. We've got virtually no underlayer. You can't really make any underlayers, I'm afraid, though, so... What can you do? Let's harvest this up. And then let's hit snooze. And then I think that's it. I think we just push out for Hilton. Makeshift tools are heavier but have the same effectiveness, sort of a last ditch, I see. Use a toolbox when... Why would I use a toolbox when scrapping something? Does it give me more? Is that right? If it is, then I'm an idiot. I literally know nothing about this game. Why'd you all watch me? There's so many like different mechanics and stuff that get added, and I'm like, oh, what's going on? A lot less time. See. Right, we need to eat some of this bear meat to start off with. And then we need to go to the snooze bunk, which is this one over here. Not the bench. Don't want to break up my furniture just yet. We'll sleep for as long as the game will let me, and then we need to micromanage our inventory, and then we need to move off to Hilton. Oh, this is going to be fun. Right, roll up my sleeves. Need to drink again. I've never been to Hilton before, so it's going to be a new experience. We're going to get to loot it together. Isn't that nice? Just you and me. Right, what do we got on us? Shitload of water. I'm going to leave 4 litres here for when we get back. And then I'm going to take the rest with me. I can pick up sticks and things along the way, and making fire isn't necessarily a problem. So I'm going to leave that stuff there. I'm going to take my MREs in case of an emergency. I've got my emergency stims on me, a couple of energy bars as backup, and a couple of cans of soda. What else do I need? A couple of spare tinder plugs. I'm a little bit overburdened now. That's not terrible, though. My pry bar I'll need for looting. I don't need 2 tin openers. I don't need a piece of reclaimed wood. My bow, maybe I should take with me. I think I probably will, even though it's not really that much point. I've got my leather stuff, actually. Is what needs leather to be repaired. My trousers, do these take leather? No, those take deer hide. What about my boots? Do they get repaired with leather? No, they need deer hide. This, that, anywhere. This needs cured leather, but it's not that badly damaged. I wouldn't really bother about that. Right. I think that about covers it. Again, we're a little bit just a teensy-weensy bit overburdened at the moment, but that's, again, not terrible. I'm just going to take this off. I'm going to wear it again in a different slot. That increases our sort of reasonable carry weight by a fair bit. We've got this spare birch sapling here, which I'm just going to leave in the middle of the floor for now. Bandages, I've only got 1 on me, so we'll take my spare. We've got painkillers. We're going to take 2 old man's beard wound dressings. I got that spare food. I got everything else. That bit of fir wood is taking a little bit too much space in my inventory, so we'll dump that. Right, so got some spare sticks. We've got this leather that we'll need to repair some stuff, so I'll take it with us. This stack of paper is useless. Don't need that. We've got our 2 fishing line, we've got our fishing hook. We've got a rifle cleaning kit, which I'm going to leave behind. We do actually have a spare sewing kit. Interesting that that's there. Fair enough, okay. Well, we'll take that with us as well, just in case we need to repair any stuff as we're on the go. That's all good, that's all good. Fire making supplies. Carrying quite a few matches, but they don't really weigh anything. The stack of paper I'm going to leave behind. That's that. Right then. It says that we're super fucking overburdened at the moment, and I think that's mostly down to do with us wearing such heavy clothing. I believe there's a rock climb. that we need to try and weather. Currently feels like -3, which isn't too bad. I spy no bear for the moment, so let us press on. How much fuel do we have in our lantern? Good time to check, isn't it, as you set out? It's basically full. We got 0.9 litres, so 900 ml of kerosene. Right, so apparently there's a really steep rock climb here, which I'm really not sure how I'm going to be able to handle, but we'll see, I guess. There's that bear down there. Absolute bastard, that guy. Imagine if you used 3 or more stims and gave it an option to fight back against the bear. Yeah, that'd be cool. Right, sort of bright enough as we push through here. I'm not expecting any wildlife in these caves. That said, I've never travelled this route before. This is a totally new experience for you and for me. It's quite bright in here at the moment, but just for the sake of the people with darker monitors, I'll give you some reprieve. It's our first junction. I want to be sort of thorough. Any supplies that I can sort of gather during this transition are going to be important. There's loads of coal here. I don't need coal. It's going to weigh me down. Looking for more for material supplies. There's a branch here that I can use for sticks. Noteworthy. Let's keep going. Just boulders and stuff mostly. Sometimes there are caches down in these mines, just like maybe someone's fallen to their death or is injured or something. Oh, I need to crouch through here. Low ceiling. This is genuinely scary because it is Iron mode. I am actually a little bit nervous. Iron Man mode. Now, here we go. Some basic supplies. Somebody tried making a fire down here at one point. Curious. Somebody trying to get out of the snow, same as me. We're only just below the surface.
That's handy.
Right, what's back here? Another collapse. Some stuff there. We're literally just sort of skimming the surface.
Yeah.
Disastrous. Thanks very much, mate. Another stick. Got a few of those. I've got to stay light, ready for this supposed rock climb. There we go. Very uneventful journey through the cave. Maybe there'd be more stuff normally at that the other side there.
Yeah.
And Face Taker as well. Thanks very much, bro. Cheers, man. Right. The mountain region, or the mountain town even. We need to remember our way back here. Do I have any charcoal? No, that would be too sensible. We're just going to have to remember the way we came. This is totally uncharted for me. I could very easily and very quickly die during this route. In fact, there are some cattails along this road here, useful for fire making and for eating. So, even though I've got some food with me, I'd want to just make sure I've gathered some basic supplies. I think I've got a sort of a small skirmish out here for a little bit. Now, one thing that it said on the wiki page about this, and I don't normally read the wiki page entries and things like that, but that's going to be my last cattail. It said that this place was like unusually full of wolves, like to the point where it's curious, to the point where some people think it might actually be bugged. So that's something we've got to look forward to. Is this a frozen waterfall? It certainly looks like it. That's a cattail plant, nothing else. Interesting, it's really fucking with my graphics card. Okay. Oh, that's really weird. It almost hurts to look at. Right, I don't have any mountaineering rope. We seem to be on some sort of high perch here. This is maybe where you need that mountaineering rope. I can't see no town, that's for sure. There was a road over to our back right, wasn't there? So, oh, what the fuck is that? Is that my footprint, is it? Okay. Trying to make a mental map of where things are, who we're going, who we're going, where we're going.
Oh, yeah.
Cliggan, or Clighan. Clighan. Thanks very much, mate. Cheers, mon. Used to be a small nook and cranny in here, sort of a small shrub. Elevated. I can't see any hostile mobs here as of the moment. There is a rock climb right there. That could be the one they're on about. Gotta get across this log. I think maybe you could sort of abseil your way down here. Maybe you don't have to do that rock climb straight away. I'm going to come over and check it out. I can hear some crows. Maybe there's a dead body or two. Ripe for picking. Defo hears some crows. Oh, it's at times like this I wish I'd cleaned my monitor. There are the crows. Difficult to say. There's a wolf down there. Reshi mushroom, that's going to be fucking helpful for our next bouting of arse cancer. Right, there's plenty of mushrooms down here, so supply's decent. And there's some rabbits over there. No eyes on Milton though, let's just have a bit more of a look around. These mountaineering ropes are very heavy. Very tricky to take them with you, basically. It seems to be this is the very edge of the map. Milton must be a ways off. Oh, hello. That wolf just ran for it. We do have like 2 pieces of like end game equipment, like the bear rug, or the bear. I keep calling it rug. Right, let me see what my. Oh, I'm too encumbered to climb. I don't want to get trapped here in Milton, but I think I'm just going to abseil down the rock face and do it like that. I want to keep the supplies I've got with me. Let's eat our venison to start with. Free up a little bit of weight. That's an extra kg. We're sort of losing the light. Not really, though. It's just cloud cover, mostly. You're at the plateau. At the other end is the climb. Oh, that's a shit idea. And I can't go back. Right. Oh, okay. Tore some clothing. Let's have a look at the state of it. Which clothing did I tear? None of the important stuff. A little bit of underlayer damage and some minor bruising. Problem is I now can't get back up because I'm too overburdened. We'll manage. We'll manage. I am at this point weapons free on anything that decides it's too big for its boots. Too big for its bark. There is a sign there of some description. Not sure what it indicates. I did billy goat that shit, as the saying goes. It's a rather serious rock climb right there. Where are these walls at? Hopefully this isn't a bear cave. If it is, I'm going to be in a lot of trouble. A dead guy with a spare hatchet. What's the condition of this? Oh, it's in shit condition. Not even worth picking up. Nothing on his corpse. Some rose hips. Good for tea, as we've seen. Sort of natural tea. We got some sardines, some very good survival food. And we've got a backpack. And we actually have a beat-up old bedroll here. which is actually pretty helpful, because this is another shitload of cloth. It's 1 kilogram. I'm going to take it with me for now. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Plus 5 kilograms. This doesn't seem to be properly applying, I think, because that's it's 35 plus 5, but it says 37 is overburdened. Or maybe 30 is my base carry weight and the 35 is my extended carry weight. That's probably the case. So that isn't even worth picking up, so we're just going to ignore it, frankly. I'm seeing a series of signs. There seems to be some sort of wooden sign just there. There's loads of reishi mushrooms around. That's bad. Like this. I need to explore, so... if he dives me, we're going to have a problem. I'm going to back up. Base is 30, okay. We're just going to give him a wide berth. We know there's at least one wolf here. Take this mushroom with us. I want to keep our eyes on the dog. Now what does this sign say? Rock climb. So it's a known rock climbing point then, otherwise I wouldn't have bothered signposting the damn thing. Easy boy, easy. What does this sign say? Climbing area, so this is a known climbing area. Okay, that didn't work. Right. Okay, didn't get us too bad. Sprained stuff and lacerations, which is pretty good actually. That's probably the best I could have hoped for. He didn't damage my clothing too much. What I am going to need to do is make some tea. If only I had a shitload of rose hips. That wolf's going to bleed out. I can't sprint, but as soon as I drink the tea I'll be fine. So I'm actually going to come in here and make use of this guy's fireplace. In fact, I am going to take this hatchet, just because it's a spare hatchet. It's 23% more condition than I have, so... let's use his cedar wood here. Right, 70% chance. Let's light that sucker. This is what happens when you don't shoot the wolves. Yeah, you're right, I should have shot him. I just don't like wasting the ammo, do you know what I mean? Ammo is food. It's... oh. It deleted the fireplace. Good game. Right, let's try another one. Annoying that I've used a flare. Those were precious and in very short supply. You know this one... sorry. You know this is one of the time when you should use the accelerant. It's not really. It's not desperate. I'm not in like a life or death situation here. He barely damaged me, to be fair. Can't you use a lit flare to start it? That's a fair point. Probably. But I've now used this. And like an idiot, I haven't prepared the rose hips. Let's see. I need to go to crafting. Here we go. Prepared stuff. It's going to take 15 minutes, but I've got about an hour's worth of stuff there. But the trick tonight is going to be to find shelter. And that's what I need more than anything. Is a place to bed my head. So that just kicked out there. There we go. Rose hip tea. I do have some painkillers as well. Worst comes to the worst. There we go. Sprained wrist is sorted. I've got 2 sprained ankles, wolf bite, 2 out of 2, or a 4-hour recovery time. At least now I can use my rifle. I think I'm just going to stumble around with my broken ankle, I think, unless I've got enough for another set of... no, I do not. I'm just going to stumble around with my broken ankle for now. Not being able to run isn't as much of a problem as not being able to shoot. It just means that I have to kill what's shooting at me. There's another dead body down here. Is that the wolf? Looks like it. The wolf keeled over. Repair your rose hips. They don't deteriorate faster and they weigh less. Interesting stuff. Loads of reishi mushrooms here. I can actually afford to get intestinal parasites again. It's a nice thing to look forward to because I could actually artificially give myself intestinal parasites intentionally when I get back to the base, obviously, not here, not in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, with the intention of making it so that I can eat the meat from my animal kills. So we need to follow the signs for the rock climbing area. That gets us back to our base. Pretty much straight to our base. Now, apparently, the other connection for the mountain is Forlorn Muskeg, which is a unique one because Forlorn is right next to our base as well, pretty much. It's not a long walk from the train tunnel to the Trapper's Homestead. I think at this point, stream, we're operating a policy of open season on wolves. I think from this point onwards, we now have to shoot them. Like I said, the plan for tonight is to try and find a place of shelter. These are nasty. It's going to need 4 hours of recovery time at least. Ah, shit, is this... This is the long rock climb, isn't it? This is the big one. This is the one that people were warning me about. Can't climb it with a sprained ankle. Right, that means we need to get 4 hours of rest. And then we can decide what we're going to do when we get up there. Let's sleep for 4 hours then. Wrapped up in furs. Achievement. Sleep in a bearskin bear roll when wearing a wolfskin coat, deerskin boots and rabbitskin mittens. There we go. So that's all healed there. We're too overburdened to climb, so we're 3 kg over. So we've got to shed 3 kg. We could drop a little bit of water, but I'd rather not. Let's drop our manky hatchet. We could drop our spare bedroll, but why would we? Let's eat a little bit. There we go. Falling to our death here is going to be not high on my list of things to do. I could take this with me, but it's probably easier to drop it. I can come back for this stuff on my way back down. I'm still to overcome... Oh, I see. I'm like a fraction over the limit. Pretty much everything I bought was essential. I shouldn't have brought this with me, even though it doesn't really weigh anything. It's mostly the food supply that I need, which is why we came here in the first place. Let's just drink. That should get us under the limit. Now what I'm actually going to do is take some of my clothing off. I know that sounds a bit sort of interesting. But I need to be lighter than I am by quite a way in order to make this climb. Ah, but you see now I'm overweight again because I'm not wearing it. Curious, I need to free up another... We're going to need to drop a litre. And then just drop like a cat tail. Let's just eat a cat tail. Right. Wish me luck, stream. And we're up. Okay, let's take stock. The picnic area, new location discovered. Again, we should really look around. More rose hips. It's going to be good for injuries. Some sort of cabin, which is going to be pretty good. Yeah, and there is a bear on the top. I really wouldn't put it past the game, to be honest. Let's try and push for this cabin here. Okay. Interesting place. Some kind of, I'm not really sure, to be honest. Some kind of There's a potbelly stove here. Soda. No door, sadly. I wonder if this, because it doesn't have a door, classes as indoors or outdoors. Well, it's got stuff that we need to search. Oh, put my shirts on. Do you know what? The stream is full of such good ideas. There we go. Nice and warm again. It's alright, don't panic. It's only me playing, guys. You have the memory of an earthworm. I'm tired, alright? That's clearly what it is. Just sleepiness. This is really nice. There's loads of bedrolls and stuff, which is interesting. If I can get those bedrolls back to my base, then we're in for a real treat. Is there any... No, there's no charcoal. I could make some charcoal. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to burn a few sticks. It sounds a bit weird, but I'm going to get a piece of charcoal.
Come on.
So that I can mark the position of this spot, so that if I need to, I can use the in-game map to get back. Because I can't remember this area. This is a totally new area. What I'm really looking for is like things like whetstones and stuff like that. How is this game? I'm thinking of getting it on PS4. It's phenomenal. 1 charcoal per hour of fire. Okay, let me add this book then. Surely there's some other stuff I can burn around here. Like this crate. It's going to take me 8 minutes to smash that up, but it's 45 minutes of fire. We might end up sleeping here for the night, so... I think we'll probably spend the night here. It's a nice place. It's good, I like it. Gotta get down there. Wicked, we got all of these as well. Looks like we can probably rip this up tonight and make some better clothing with it, I think. Or to at least repair the stuff that we've got to full condition with what I have left. So let's harvest this here dooha. Right, there we go. So it just got dark. So let's see what needs repairing. So out of everything we've got, the Parker's at 74, 79, 68, probably a little bit low. Let's fix that. Right, that's like new, it says. Right, let's also repair our worn snow pants. Try and keep the condition up. Haven't played the story mode at all. This is from the story mode. Okay, good stuff. It has a lot to live up. Maybe this place will impress me to the point that I go and play the story mode. Who actually knows at this point? Cool. Right, let's keep repair that. I tell you what I need to do, the automatic dimmer on my screens. Come on, let me just turn that off. There we go. Sorry, it makes everything really red for me. I don't know whether that's made it really red for you or not, but it shouldn't have. Cool. Decisions. Oh, there we go. We got mending 2. Still a small risk of intestinal parasites, but who doesn't like some intestinal parasites? Like, really? There's always a risk. Right, let's eat our cattails for the night. And let's just doze off. Get into that bed wherever the hell it was. It was over here, wasn't it? Yes. And let's just sleep for as long as the game will let me. Might as well make use of it. It's here. Hold on, you've played the story mode. From there it contains the infamous... Oh, I've played a little bit of the story mode, shall I say. I've played, like, the introductory chapter. I really have not experienced the story mode in any real sense of the word. Like, I just haven't. Yeah, gotta have some company, exactly. All that. Soda cans, 8%. Let's just drink that now. I'm surprised it's holding any liquid at all at that point. Right. It's very dark, not really the kind of weather I want to be setting off in. Because it's very easy to be ambushed. A radio. I want to make good time, so we're going to set off while it's dark. What that means is me pausing the game and actually turning my light off so that I can see something. That would be very helpful. Damn, this is going to be it's going to be a rough one. It's going to be a rough one. Quebec, how is your country? It's very good. We all love ass noodles. Who couldn't love a solid dosing of noodle bum? Milton Park. This is like the upper plateau. Here's something in the snow. Just backing up. It might be worth just me getting a flare out here, because I'm not going to be able to see anything if it rushes me. What's my condition at? 100%, but it's cold. There's something that sounds like a rabbit, but there's something that's more substantial sounding down here. I would put money on a wolf. Sorry that you can't see anything. As I say, I'm trying to make good time. There's some kind of structure just there. Might make a run for it. Ah, it was a deer. It's just run off. I've spooked it. Okay, good. There we go. There's some kind of yard here. There's a park. There's a couple of shitters. Just what the doctor ordered. And we got a car here. Let's light a match. See what's going on. Anything in here? We've got some grass in the car. Anything in the glove box? Fuck all. Coal. Oh yeah. Let's do that. Let's get that charcoal. I'm sure I can remember, but I won't disagree with you. We should probably get that charcoal. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'd forget to breathe if you gave me chance. Like, this is what happens. How you doing, Unit? Unit Gamma. Potbelly. Take charcoal. Is it? No, it's not H. It's something like map area. Oh, I can't remember. Charcoal. Equip. You cannot map conditions in low light. Okay, fine. We'll just sleep then. Like an hour. However long the game wants us to sleep. What do you think of the ZF clan of Womble and of Cyanide? They're good people. It's about as much as I could probably say without ranting. Let's see if I can't get some sun up. Yep, we are surveying the local area. Milton Park and picnic area. Picnic area is where we need to go, basically, or where we get out. Weather's also somewhat improved, or light has, so I'm able to bring my rifle out now. As I say, I've got 10 rounds. Priorities of this mission are to find tools, such as the advanced toolkit, the knife and the hatchet. These are all things that I'm after. They also include things like food provisions and plenty of other stuff as well. Anything that I get, I can basically bring back here to the picnic point and then ferry it backwards and forwards.
Oh, yeah.
You bastard. Thank you. I'm loud. Cheers, mate. Yeah, so it's a tricky one. I've been told there's quite a lot to expect from this place, so again, it's interesting. Right, so rock and or roll over here. Hopefully no wolves. Looks relatively quiet. Let's see if I can get inside. Orca gas station. I'm expecting... Oh, we're prying the door open. This is why you bring your crowbar, ladies and gents. Ladies and germs. Let's just listen. There are no sounds of pitter-patter. Pitter-pattering stuff. Now, I'm hoping a place like a gas station would have, you know, maybe some kerosene. So, I'm hoping some wishful thinking on that. There is a fire barrel here, and a bed, which could make it a good point of, a good area of operations. I'm just doing sort of a quick scan. See what's in and around. Oh, a couple of slushy machines. Really, rifle ammo is the holy grail, as I say. Metal bucket, another storm lantern, that could be helpful, if not very heavy. Loads of tins of dog food. I love dog food. No more cash. They ran out of money. Went into administration. This corner shop was owned by Carillion. Right, let's check. Let's start sort of searching stuff. See what the head count's like. Let's check the register. Oh, check the register. Nothing in this register. Okay, we got these tins of dog food, which are going to be nice. We got this jerky. No more cash. Can't smash it open. And
I could use this.
that's a decent amount of fuel left in there, more than half. Not much there. Mostly just stacks of paper that we can use for tinder plugs. Not much else. We can use it for basically starting fires. Milk is $6 for milk. Next shipment is in 3-4 weeks.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
That's an extortionate price for milk. Nothing in the bin. Can't pick that up. There's a broom. Brum. We can grab some water from the toilet, actually. There we go. Let's take 2 litres from the John. Was there cracker box on the ground? Yeah, those are like empty cracker boxes and things. Bandages, maybe?
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
Amen. No. Antibiotics is very helpful, actually. That's pretty good in terms of a find. A worn thin sweater. Bit of extra cloth. Can definitely do some emergency maintenance. Things like clothes and stuff for the important stuff. So, as I say, I'm just sort of grabbing what I can. Eventually, I think probably I'd end up using this as a home base for the meantime. Trash can. Let's go up this way. Next one. Next one up. Newsprint roll and this here. The trick here is getting it all back to base. So we've got a locker. Nothing in. A locker that is closed. How far is Milton from my shack? It's a... Thank you very much. It's a reasonable distance. It's not close, but it's not very far. Basically, the entrance to basically the way I got here is via a couple of rock climbing ropes. Ropes. The actual journey itself isn't too long. It's just very strenuous on the old stamina bar. All I need to do is ferry some stuff backwards and forwards, basically. That's all I need to do, and then we're golden. I think that's basically it. I hope I'm not skirting over anything. Let's leave the store. So this was all locked up tighter than a miser's purse, so... Mountain Town region. Just get inside here, have a look for supplies. That's spare leather, I'll take that with me. Is the boot locked? Yes, it is. Leather shoes, I know. Just sort of... I've got enough leather at the moment, so I'm not too crazy about getting them. The old lift the lid, strat, make sure I know which one's which. There's not much else outside, I think. I think there's an ice box here. Anything I can get into? No. Risk of frostbite. We're quite cold at the moment. A hand cart needs a hacksaw to be ripped up. Looks like there's a house just down the road there. And a nice sort of amount of deer. Well, there's a hatchet.
Could end up being useful.
Very good condition compared to the one I've got. Just stick my head into this clearing. Looks to be some kind of tunnel down there, likely a blockage. And this is likely the very edge of the map that we're on at the moment, so let's push down the hill. There's another cabin up there, it looks like. Let's see what this sign says, just so we can backpedal. The trail, that's where we'd want to go. And it says, this is Milton. I kind of want to check out this cabin up on the hill first, as long as there's no wildlife between me and it. Doesn't seem to be. Milton seems to be fairly expansive. I'm hoping there's plenty of stuff here. It seems pretty reasonably set up as well. There's not a crazy amount of stuff. The woodlot. Just different areas and stuff on the map. Reishi mushrooms, good. Some old man's beard over there. These mushrooms are very important. Like, having seen how much of a debilitating illness, having seen how much of a That was a bad noise. I think that was maybe a bear back there somewhere. Don't think it was aggroing on me, or at least I can hope it wasn't. Might have just been some metal being disturbed. Get your rifle out in case a wolf comes. You know what? That's sound advice. I am like a massive tourist here at the moment, though I am not. I thought that was a person then. Yeah, Milton looks decent. Let's check out this cabin on the hill. Need to get back inside though. We're at risk of getting frostbite because our head isn't covered. Get inside the shack. Here we go. Lovely. There's a mushroom spawn in the town south of the main house. Cool. Right, what have we got? We got some dog food. My favourite. We got some nice woolly socks. Let's see what that compares to our own. They are shot. They are shit, basically. A little bit more water resistant than these, but the condition's terrible. We can rip them up for supplies. Check this container out. Nothing in there. A little bit of cloth. A lot of base material. It's not terrible. Oh, worn working gloves. Heavy leather gloves designed to protect the hands on the worksite. Unfortunately, not really designed for warmth. And some driving gloves. Bit of newspaper. A bed. Not much else. We're really clanking along here. It's quite cold out. Cover up the afflicted area. We're going to get frostbite on our brain if we're not careful. So we need to keep that in mind. Rip up the sports socks and repair the wool ones. I could do. The wool socks probably aren't that much better, to be honest. Well, what am I saying? Of course wool socks are better than sports socks. Let's start from this side of town. We've also got a load more mushroom spawns here as well. I absolutely must pick these up. Because I don't know when the next opportunity will be to come back to Milton. Like, I'm going to try and clear this place in sort of one go. And basically bring everything of use back up to the picnic site where we made the charcoal. And then leave it in there. And then do a series of smaller runs between Milton and the Trapper's Homestead to bring all the supplies back. That's what I want to do. So I'm basically going to loot this entire map and then stuff it into my tiny house back at the... sorry, I was a bit sort of eager there. So a bit too into that. Yeah, I want to... Whoa! I didn't even see it. Right, puncture. Let's go for the stabs. Click nice and fast. Years on cookie clicker. Right, torn clothing, laceration, and a sprained ankle. Again, not bad. He's in a very bad way, that wolf. He's going to pass out in a second. Not really fancying taking on extras. I've got 2 coming. Right, let's fall back to... I can't fall back. Oh, he's going for the rabbit. They're distracted by some of the wildlife. Let's try and bypass. We just baited a rabbit. Okay, there's a pretty grand looking house back there. Let's check out the shacks first. Lots of mushrooms, but priority is getting indoors here. We've got to rest off this sprained ankle.
No.
Is this one all boarded up? Is this one no good? This one's no good. Worst comes to the worst, we can dive for a car. Okay, this one's good. We can get in here. Any charcoal to update the map? We've not travelled that far. It's not that confusing, I should say. The layout's quite simple. I can just from memory know the way back to the to where I need to be. This house should just sort of work as our sort of temporary safe haven for now. MLG survival. I just spazzed out, yeah. Right, that's a fair point. What other medical emergencies am I in? Just a sprained ankle. Not too bad, I can just sleep that off. The condition of the clothing, 84%, 98%, 87%, 36%. My mittens are really taking a beating here. They're not incredibly... Ooh, coffee. Let's just get some coffee down us. Might as well. We're thirsty. We're thirsty and it's coffee. Right. That metal pot I can't do anything with. I can't, like, take it with me to cook in. It's just scrapping it for scrap metal. Peanut butter is very good calorie-wise, so... fattening as fuck, so that's great. Oh, a fire log.
That'll come in handy.
Fire log made of chemicals and compressed shavings. Does not throw off much heat, but it probably burns for a very long time. I'm not going to take it with me. I've got an abundance of other stuff back at the horse, back at home base. Decent winter gear. Here we go. Raggedy taggedy winter clothing. This is what I need. Let's repair this shit. This is the kind of thing that I'm after. At 75% condition, that will do. Right, let's get back to what's it and equip this. This tab, no, that tab. There we go. Pretty good. We've got another torch here. We've already got one back at base, so I'm not going to... I'll probably take it with me, but...
The pack is getting too heavy to carry.
I'm just going to leave it there. Ragged t-shirt, I'm going to leave it. I've got plenty of cloth. We've got more toilet water. No medicine cabinets. Let's just drink and grab some water from the toilet. Yeah, what's survival without TV? You're right. I've got a sprained ankle at the moment. I need to rest in order to stave it off. In fact, I probably am just going to sleep for like 4 hours. Look for keys. There is a bank here. Curious. Frostbite healed, and that else is healed there. Some ragged socks. Not too bothered by them. The fire log's interesting, but it's, you know, it's not vital. Let's go out through the door we came in so we don't get turned around. I think that was basically everything. I think, did I hit this drawer? No, I didn't hit this drawer. Ah, you see. You see. Let's repair that. It's good. This is the stuff that we don't have, so this is important. Important that we check thoroughly for this stuff. Good, 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 good. So now we need sort of better underlayer crap. Again, we could repair this stuff, but what we're really looking for is like decent, like end game gear. I really didn't search this house at all. Ragged vest. I searched that at least. And one thing right. I got those spare socks, not too bothered by them. Drawer. Nothing. Can't see anything under the bed. Nothing that indicates any kind of rifle ammunition, which is the precious stuff that I'm after. that and extra tools. This extra leather is going to be helpful. If I harvest it, is it going to weigh any less? Probably not. Need to find a place to hold up for the night here as well. Let's harvest that up. Cool. Let's leave the house. Fun fact, you can find bundles of cashes in the bank that you can use as tinder. That's pretty cool. We're now too overburdened to run. We're not too fat. Ah, and a very good quality one at that. Okay, so the primary... Oh, perfect. The primary function of being here has just been passed. Oh, the roof's all dented on this one, so we can't... The bonnet is all dented, so we can't use that one. Boot of the car, locked. Let's see what's in it. Wool mittens. Wool mittens sounds lovely. That looks like a boarded up house. Not much I can do with that. This seems to be like the centre area here, the major part of the village. Nothing much else. Alright, there's a wolf somewhere. The Milton post office is just there. Hopefully this wolf won't heckle us for too long. Interesting. It's good. I like it. There's loads of mushrooms everywhere. Like, this is really helpful. I'm probably going to have to run in a second and just take some stuff back to the picnic site just to unload all this spare gear. Is this an update of the Long Dark since the last time I played? It certainly is. Get in this car. Not sure where he's running at me from. He's definitely got my number there.
This don't come in handy.
Cardboard matches. All good. Can't get in that house. Let's try and get across the road to the post office. Oh, I scared him off. Lovely. My jacket just scared him off, I think. Throw a stick at the wolf. Just lob it off his head. Sharpen it and throw it off his head like a spear. Right, 25 cents machines. Sweets. Bit of coffee. Just finding like half solidified old coffee and just necking it straight up. Oh. Disgusting. I see. So these are like little sort of pigeonholes. There's a shooting guide down there, which is very, very, very helpful. Is this it? Really? Is this it? Is this all there is in the post office? I would have expected this to be a slightly larger building, but maybe I'm wrong. Have I missed any girly screams? It's hard to say. You might have. That wolf doesn't seem aggro on me. I'm gonna have to, I am gonna have to sort of stammer back to the picnic site and just unload some stuff. At the moment, oh my god, what the fuck is that? You know you've played too much Arma 3 when you see that and you think that's an M136 bazooka. I thought, now that will deal with a bear. Jesus Christ. Well, this looks promising. Come on. Go on, lad.
What have we here?
Just what I'm after, actually. I'm glad I found that. And some work gloves. I'm going to leave these because I've got too much on me already. Right. What have we got in here? Accelerant. Good. We're getting some sort of like... We're getting the rarer stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like, we're getting stuff that I need, like, which is really helpful. Like, we're getting all the stuff that we want. Right, I'm going to try and stammer up to the I'm going to try and stammer back up to the... Pretty sure I heard a bear there. Like, not even shitting you. Pretty sure I heard a bear. It's alright. 'Tis alright. Okay, he says. We've survived one bear mauling, we can survive 2. The amount of flares we're getting is really good. Like, really good. I never normally get flares, so this is really helpful. Oh. Who's he rushing? Not sure who that wolf's going after. These flares are like mad helpful. Like super fucking helpful. Like really good. Really glad that we got them. Where are they? Down here. We got 5 flares now. That is in total. I don't have any back at base. Nothing in the trunk of that one. Let's check that other car over there. I can't walk around. It's rather annoying. Walking against the wind seems to be the difficult bit. Let's just get into this slanted car. Why not? Lovely. We're going to have to really fix our snow cabin when we get back, but that we can kind of afford to do at this point. Boot of the car. It's not locked. Right, let's sort of stammer our way back then, sort of zigzagging kind of down the road here. We got a building with a Canadian flag there. This is sort of the primary sweep of the village. Initial, I don't know. Like, I guess if you were on Voyager, this would be an extremely good place to visit. But it's not been... I mean, it's been pretty good. We've found some decent stuff here. There's not as much as I thought there would be, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. We've done pretty well here. We've got a lot of the stuff that we don't have back at base. Things like, you know, sewing kits, like the hats and scarves and stuff like that. It's stuff that we just don't have back at our base. And particularly the flares. Flares is something I didn't have at all. And a hacksaw in really good condition. That's super helpful. Looks like these guys were packing up and leaving. These guys wanted to GTFO. Go to the bank. I will do, but I'll have to double back. I can't go straight to the bank. I'm going to have to run back to the picnic area and offload, or maybe to the Orca gas station. In fact, no, I wouldn't want to go to the gas station. I'd want to have it as close to the ladder as possible, or the climbing rope. Because remember, there are still wolves about. We are still very much in danger. Antiseptic or disinfectant. I've got a little bit of food on me. Let's have a venison or a moose steak. That's something I've got to consider actually, is that the food at home is sitting here going off for all the days that I'm pissing around here. So I need to consider that. I've got some simple tools back at home, so I won't worry about them. Let's check out this container. I'm going to leave that. I've got enough disinfectant. I've got like too much disinfectant. Sports socks? No, don't need them. Working boots? Not as good as the ones I'm wearing. Wool mittens? I don't think you can wear 2 things in your hand slot. No, they might even be better than these really damaged mittens that I'm wearing. Because I don't have any more rabbit pelt. Let's see. Are they better?
Oh, yeah.
Who's that? Honey. I'm going to call you Honey, or Honia. Thank you very much, mate. They are actually slightly better in terms of overall warmth. Less wind protection by just a little bit, but on the whole they're warmer, so we're going to wear these for now. I look a bit silly, but they are actually just a fraction warmer than my normal rabbit wool mittens. So
This will come in handy.
already got a pair of those. Going to leave them. Nothing under the bed. I'm just sort of looking for like single sort of 303 rifle rounds and things like that. We found an awful lot of rifle ammunition when we were back at the hoo-ha. the Mystery Lake, we found a lot of ammo, 22 rounds. We've got through most of that. We're now down to 12. So, you know, anything I can do to increase that amount of ammunition, just so I'm just more sure that we can survive, you know, by using the gun, basically. Is the plane on the mountain? Yes, the big what's-it planes on the mountain. Yes, I see there's a wolf there. Yes, I'm going to ignore him for the most part. I do need to go the direction that he's in, though, which is always a bother. But I don't know, we'll live. Right, what's this? Just a random book. The extra carry weight is really helpful. This moose satchel is doing amazing work. All of the stuff that we leave behind, we can eventually bring back. Do you know what I mean? Like, we can do sort of a secondary sort of scouting run and just grab things that we've left behind. We're bringing stuff that I deem to be of priority, but you don't know what's going to be of priority in a week's time or 2 weeks' time. So it's good to just sort of fill your inventory with as much crap as you possibly can. That's a light shell. That's one that we left behind. The one we chose to get rid of, so we don't need two of them. Ragged dress shirt, I'm leaving. Lovely. Ruined t-shirt, don't need. What I need is decent winter gear. We've actually got some alright winter gear already, but I'm talking more like thermal underlayers. That's the real big one. That's the real doohickey. I think you can actually craft bandages out of cloth, so yeah, the more cloth I have, the better. Let's rip up this thing here. Yeah, it's good having the spare tools, definitely. All of these are empty. Let's check out this. Just a newsprint. Nothing too outrageous there. Pretty underwhelming house, I'll be honest. Did we check the fridge? Yep. Check the cupboards above? No. Let's check these. Rip off the curtains. I could do. I've got lots of cloth already. I've got lots of spare clothing. I can do a double back run. I can do a double back run. I can double back and come and collect a lot of the stuff that I'm leaving. So just because spare supplies are helpful. Oh, he's coming straight in. Let's just get in the house. There we go. Let's sleep for a while. He's obviously eager. He's not too bothered by us. Let's just take an hour's rest. We're actually losing the daylight here, so there might still be some good gear. There might still be some good gear in the house on the hill. What do you mean? Did I leave some house? Did I leave some stuff up there? Did I? Lovely. We're on a strict shoot on sight. Yeah, I don't want to waste ammo. If I can, you know, like, if I can get by without shooting, then yes, fine. But I need to shoot the walls instead of, you know. Oh. Now, what scared him off? Did I scare him off? I have a chance to scare wolves off because of the gear that I'm wearing, so hopefully that was what that was. It only works sometimes, though, and usually never when you need it. Anything's good at this point. Rifle cartridges, anything the game. Anything you can spare me, game, I'll take. Right, so you see, it's not actually that big of an area. Maybe Milton's quite expansive in like different directions, but in terms of everything else, it's not too bad. I can't see any. I haven't found a single of these keys, considering I've gone through all of those houses, unless they're really well hidden or something. I'm probably annihilating my crowbar.
I could use this.
Combat boots and a flare. The leather alone makes that worth it. Right, let's stagger our way back up to the picnic area. Can you make any house your own like that at the lake? basic that you can live in any house. That much is true. You can go into any house and call it home base, but there are things that you should look for in a base. What would I say would be the first thing? The first thing is probably a fireplace, I would say. Somewhere that you can cook food and boil water. I'd say that's probably requisite number 1. I wouldn't even say requisite number 2 is a bed, because you have a bed roll, which is arguably fine. Do you know what I mean? Like, even if you have to use your bedroll, that's still okay. Like, there's no bother with that. So yeah, you can use your bedroll instead of actually having a bed inside. I would probably say the second most important thing for a base to have is a crafting bench or a work table. That's some strange noises. I'm hearing some very deep rumbling noises. The presence of deer makes me feel better, but the not being able to see over these sort of ridges makes me feel much, much worse. Except using bedrolls uses the durability on it, whereas beds are infinite. Yes, I suppose that's true. I only sleep on Hasterns, yeah. Or Hastons even. Hasterns. Weather's starting to get quite bad here. We're only just starting to cool down though. We are losing the lights. We are downwind from the walls, which is good. Not that I have a major scent. Some kind of kill over there. You can hear the crows. Probably a wolf. Probably that deer we scared off. Ran into the arms of some predator. Hopefully not a bear. Fingers crossed. Here's something in the snow here. It's just a deer. Deer in the snow is a good thing. And a rabbit as well. That building there, that is base camp, or that is the drop-off point. Just before the long rock climb back to base. Looks like they've rendered as far out as over there, so looks like there's some pretty serious you know, size to the map. It's pretty expansive. It's pretty good. Right, once we get inside this building over here, we can take a stock check on what we've got and then decide how we're going to progress further. Like I say, this is the drop-off point, right here. This is where I'm going to leave as much stuff as I can. I don't think I actually looted this whole place. No, I didn't actually. What an idiot. Bet you there's something helpful or something. Oh no, maybe not. Cool. Right then. So we're 58 kg now. Holy shit, that's ridiculous. So, let's just drop everything on the floor that we do not need. So we'll drop the damaged hatchet for now. We shall drop the spare kerosene lantern. We'll drop both books. We'll drop the shooting guide. We shall drop our damaged knife for now. We shall keep the peanut butter. No, we'll drop one of the peanut butters. We'll drop the spare down vest. We'll keep the rose hips. The leather we'll keep. We've got all of these flares, which I'm going to drop 4 of them to free up a kilogram. We've got some extra water purification tabs, which is good. We're going to leave some more of those clothes behind. What else have we got here? Heavy clothing. Those mittens are heavy, but oh well. The wool socks we're going to keep because we're going to repair them. We've got some other spare clothing and things like that. In terms of just raw cloth, we've got 9. We drop all of that. Like I say, I need to turn as much clothing into cloth as I possibly can. This is just a ruined fucking what's it, so I don't need that with me. I probably won't need the hacksaw either, but I'm going to take it just in case I need it. I don't think I will. Spare torch, don't want. All of this food here is very nice. That's all going to go back to base. Medical supplies are okay. The antibiotics are a big plus. I'm going to drop 2 of those there because I've got some of the old man's beard lichen. Fire making supplies, I'm way down. Not really by much. There's only 3 kilograms of total weight here. Water is a big thing. Water's weighing me down quite a bit. The bedroll and the rifle weighing me down quite a bit as well. Hatchet, pry bar, all the obvious stuff. All the stuff that I really need to haul around with me. We'll drop the socks as well. Like I say, all of the stuff we're just leaving here. A couple of print rolls. I want to pick... Well, I say I want to pick that arrow up. There it is. What else? What else would it just be easier to leave? I think all of this food, actually. We can just come back for it, can't we? So let's keep the emergency stuff. And just leave, like, a few things on us. Like an energy bar. Because we've got shitloads of water. That's just freed up a shitload of weight. And we've got our whetstone here. Again, 50% on that whetstone. We've got 16 reishi mushrooms, which is taking up about 1 kilogram. But we'll drop those, actually. We'll drop all of them. Because we've got antibiotics if we sustain an infection here. There we go. There's all of our shit just thrown asunder onto the floor there. We're very well rested, which is a problem, because I know I need to go and explore in the dark. Then we will we'll press back into town and do a secondary loot run. Just check our surroundings. Difficult to say. Okay, just a deer. It might be very dark for you on stream, and if I apologise if you can't see very much. I recommend either sitting higher up in your chair or maybe tilting your phone back slightly. You might be able to see a little bit more. Yeah, it's one of those ones. The wolves are going to be able to pick me out quite easily. But what can I do? Not much. Somebody said that there might still be some decent clothing in the house on the hill. So I'm just going to double check that house on the hill again, which should be just over here. And to the... Well, I think we'll hook right and then swing left. Press the time so you can see an us. I would do, but it's a waste of calories and I need to hurry along. Woodlot, that's on the way. Hopefully there's no angry wildlife. Sprint. The bad sound. It's alright, we'll be able to see again soon. The wolves are a little bit more active at night. Quite annoying. Right, indoors then. Let's raise up a lantern. Right. Cycle through. There we go. Good shit. Okay, somebody said there might still be some decent stuff in the house on the hill. I don't remember why. I thought maybe I'd missed a locked container or something, but apparently I'm just dumb. Okay, let's turn that off. And let's go for a nap. Light the cardboard box on fire. Let's I mean, passing the time. Ooh. I'm not a fan of it. Let's put it that way. I got my peanut butter and I've got my energy bar. I got my cattail stalk. Let's have a nom on that. The more water we drink, the better, to be honest. Let's pass time. Do I know the Nep dance? It's not something I've been trained the art in. Right, feels like 22 degrees. At least it's nice and warm. We're just sort of darting between the wildlife here. It's not too bad. Right. So most of the way there. Sleeping isn't... I'm going to just... Oh, fuck it. Let's eat and drink. I don't really want to go for that peanut butter, but this energy bar is fucking useless. It's only 180 calories. So I think I have very little choice but to eat the peanut butter. Mouldy as well. It's probably not going to keep for very long. Hopefully that doesn't make us ill. Lovely. And now we sleep for a little bit. Just 3 or 4 hours. Just as much as the game will give us. Right. Oh. The sun's coming up now as we leave the house. It should be a little bit brighter out and about. There we go. Not too much brighter. just a rabbit. Okay. So shitload more of these reishi mushrooms, which I will take with me. As we know, arse noodle is no joke. We need 20 mushrooms for a for sickness, basically. In the event of us catching, you know, arse noodle, we need to have 20 reishi mushrooms for a 10-day dose of reishi tea, which is obviously quite annoying. Lethal if untreated, so obviously we want to keep it treated if we contract it. Obviously we're not at risk of contracting it at the moment because we're away from home and we're not eating the forbidden meat that is from a black bear. We've also got some wolf meat and stuff going off. It'll be all right. We'll manage. That stuff shouldn't go off before I get back. Maybe the moose meat will be in a little bit worse, you know, in some poor condition when I get back, but there's not much I can do about that. The moose kill was necessary for this satchel. It was sort of worth sort of risking sort of life and limb. I'm making it sound a bit more dramatic than it was, but it was definitely worth sort of firing those 5-6 shots just to I say I'm just doubling back through some of the houses I've been through just to fill my pockets with the stuff that I left behind. Arse noodle, sorry, Blade. Yes, if you eat too much meat from like predatory animals like black bears and wolves and things like that, you can contract or have a chance to contract intestinal parasites. No matter how well you cook it, it's always a chance. And if you get it, you're in big trouble, basically. So we try and avoid it at all costs. I don't think I'm going to use my knife to rip stuff down. I think I'm just going to go with bare hands. It only takes 10 minutes and it doesn't damage the durability. I know I'm like really not that, you know, like desperate for cloth, but as much of it as I can bring back saves me having to come back here to get it. Remember, the snow shelter's probably going to need fixing. All the damage that I take, I'm probably going to need that. You know, as much as I can bring back now means that I don't have to keep doubling back later. I'm going to take that fire log with me, even though I've got like infinite wood back at home. I say infinite. Really, a whetstone is where we're going. A 9% chance. Well, it really depends, doesn't it, how much of the meat you eat. Like, if you eat absolutely loads of bear meat, then yes, you've got a much higher chance of being infected with the parasite than somebody who hasn't eaten that much. I really need to be careful if the Aurora comes to town. That's something that a lot of people... That rabbit scared me then. That's something that a lot of people might not have seen. The special sort of glow in the sky. The weird geomagnetic phenomenon. So we need to make sure we're sort of 10 steps ahead of that. Otherwise we'll be in real trouble. Let's get the rifle out. Walking around with my lantern out like fucking Hagrid. It's all good shit at the moment. It's all good. It's all good. Check over the far side. There's the water tower. I'm not sure what that building is. Definitely some sort of like lordly manor. Some sort of large manor house. I'm not sure how much other stuff there is in Milton. We've got the credit union. I guess this is the bank? Question mark? Sure, let's poke our head in. What kind of troubles does the Aurora bring? Well, the Aurora, or the Aura, almost looks like the Aurora Borealis, but isn't. It's a weird electromagnetic phenomenon that basically in this desolate town powers things. Or not in this town, but basically the magnetic storm basically can power electrical equipment, which means all of those phone lines that have been brought down, any loose sort of like electrical cable, has a chance to deal some serious damage to me. So I need to make sure that I'm wary of it at all times, basically. Otherwise we could be in serious trouble. What I'd really like is some ammo, some bullets. I don't think there's much chance of me getting any, but the supplies that I'm getting are helpful still, so... Okay. The credit union. The windows were smashed. Looks like they came right after the money. As soon as when civilization started to fade away from here, they just smashed the place up. When does the aurora happen? It happens randomly. I haven't seen it once while we've been at the Trapper homestead. There's a safe there. Look at this place. There's a hunting knife. Here. Oh, and a stack of cash. Search deposit box. Really not sure what I'm expecting to find. $20. Canadian cash. Bundle of cash pretty much worthless these days. Useful as tinder. Oh, fuck it. We'll take it. Someone put a newspaper in a safety deposit box. God only knows the tales that newspaper has. Right. So we keep searching them all. I guess these don't need keys? He guesses. Search. Search number 5. Just a book. Jerky. Some interesting items in this room. Oh, it's a lockbox. What? Search lockbox. Nothing. Cash. All over the ground. The body itself has $20 and an energy bar on it. Lovely. The safe. Let's crack this. This can take a little while. So listen closely. You steady? Steady now? Easy does it. Oh, just that was close. That was close to fucking it there. So 45-ish. Sort of around there. Steady now. Oh, close, okay. Thief Skyrim edition. That scared me then, that squeaky door. I'll have you know I jumped. Oh, there it is. Bet you there's nothing in it. Oh, MRE and an ear wrap. That's actually pretty helpful, the ear wrap. It looks ridiculous, but it's like it's something that goes in the accessories slot that gives you warmth, so I won't scoff at that. The accessories slot like really doesn't have anything made for it yet, so the fact that that exists, helpful. I'll take it. It's actually very helpful, that. Search this container. Open the safe. Always drink the coffee when you find it. Lovely. Search this. See what we get. No. Jerky. Let's search up here. We'll check out the big house on the hill. I think that's probably the big house he was referring. When he said the big house, I did wonder, like, oh, what does he mean? What does he mean? Oh, oh shit! There's another lockbox.
Yeah.
Techno Toad. Holy shit! Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Hopefully I don't miss any other lockboxes then. A chocolate bar in a lockbox. I guess there's more significant stuff in that in the story mode. I should take this entire setup so then we can play like Minesweeper during the brief Aurora. Do you know what I mean? find the manager's personal stash. Not like anyone who's seen how goofy your character looks, yeah. There's no fashion police in well, left alive in Hilton, so yeah, that's pretty much everything. I did grab that, didn't I? I certainly did. Right then, just press out of the credit union. Interesting. Nice. Check the letterbox. Newspaper. Very nice. Somewhere on this map there is going to be some ammo, like, and when I find it, I'll be well happy. Until that point, I'll be sad, because I want to be able to, like, fucking just annihilate people with, like, what is almost feels like fully automatic Lee Enfield fire. There's a small radio tower up there. Curious to see if there's some kind of outpost or sort of Overwatch point. Go visit the Grey Mother, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Powerful Geo, thank you very much, mate. Right, Tinder plug. Really no need to pick that up, but hey. Bubble box. Literally just no thanks. We've got a rusty bin. Very unhelpful. Alright, let's go through his cupboards. Foodstuffs and the like. That's what we're after. Going through, sort of making ends meet. This is nice. We're doing well. It's sort of ticking along. We've got a nice stove here. If it had a crafting bench, this could even be a separate, like, home base. Although, to be honest, you wouldn't want a home base this far in town with the amount of wolves that are around, as I'm sure you'd agree. There's far too much wildlife. It's a very nice place. Far too much wildlife here to warrant any kind of permanent residence actually in the town. So I think I'd probably pass up given the chance. What's the state of this hat? It's very poor, but how does it stack up against the scarf here? Actually, a little bit better. Yeah, it's a tiny bit worse, but at the same time a little bit better. That's an inner layer, but it shows on the outside. It's fine. I could come to terms with that, with how silly it looks. We're protecting our head at the very least. Right, let's head up. There was like a book or two that I missed, but I don't think I'll lose sleep over them. Ah, there we go, another sewing kit. You see, this is why you prolong the search. Yeah, there's too much wildlife, says the guy who had a bear for a neighbour. Yeah, the one that literally came round and asked for some eggs or something. Yeah, he just told me a new arsehole. Oh dear, sorry. I've got stretchy arms, right. Just have a mooch round this away. Let's see. Toilet water, always a pleasure. What about in here? Terrifying Fanny. Isn't that guy that like fucking destroyed the laptop? Like fucking meme machine, whatever his name is. The guy with like the long black hair and he's terrible at acting. Pretty sure that's him. Let's go through here. Oh, we got a trunk. These usually never have yet. Never have anything helpful in. Yeah, I got these ass noodles from you. Contracted ass noodles. I think there's a shack behind this house as well. Don't forget to check it for spare tools if you haven't already. Thank you for the tip off. Is most kind. Like I say, I've never been here. This is like, oh my god, look at all those stacks of paper. That is a ridiculous amount of tinder making material there. We've already fucking drank from the bog. I think that's all she wrote for that room. I'm now past sprinting condition. We're at 53 kgs. This was about the weight that we headed back at last time. It's because we're carrying loads of like heavy duty equipment like hacksaws and things like that. We don't normally need to take hacksaws and stuff with us when we're sort of out and about. But in this particular case, considering we're just searching and stuff, we decided it was of best interest. So we're keeping them with us just in case there's something we need to hacksaw our way into. Somebody said there's a shack somewhere behind this house, so let's go and give it an e-explore. Very distant wolf attack there. I assume this is the shack of which is being referred to. A whetstone. Lovely. Literally the whole reason we come out here was for one of these. If I can find a second, then that would be really helpful. Oh, heavy lined gloves. That's actually a pretty good find. And some cured leather. Actually a really good set of items there. Right, we need to sort of crawl very painfully and slowly back to the drop-off point. Don't let me do it, wolf. Okay. The gauntlets are the best gloves. Are they the best gloves? Let me check in the car. How good are they? Gauntlets, oh my god, yeah, +6. They might actually be better than my rabbit ones. They're at 30% condition. I think they might, I don't know, they're very tough. 6% armour versus the 5 of those. They've got a little bit more wind resistance. I will actually put them on for now, just because the wind resistance is better. I bet you they don't cost a fucking rabbit hide every time you want to fix them. Annoying that we've only found one rifle shot and I've had to expend it in self-defense. This upsets me to a certain degree. Can't be helped, but it upsets me. Not too bad, right. Need to just try and sort of sneak along at our own pace. There was a wolf around here last time, but we scared him off with our jacket and our bedroll. The smell, the scent, we reek of other wolves and a black bear. That's what our scent is at the moment. Which means unless they see me and have reason to go, oh, it's just a human, then yeah, I'm usually a little bit burned. The reason we're walking so slowly is because we're sort of walking into the wind, so it's going to take me a little while to get back to the dead drop. Now, unfortunately, this is my last, as we say, I'll sort of ripping the rug out from underneath you, but this is my last venture into Milton tonight. I'm actually going to call it there once we get up to the picnic area. Nice place, decent map, quite flat, not a lot going on in Milton itself. I know obviously on like the Voyager modes, everything's pretty good at home, one guy, thanks very much. So yeah, it's one of those ones. Milton, a little bit, I don't know what I expected, to be honest. I intentionally didn't like try to find pictures of Milton. I read up about the area, as if to say, you know, like, oh, you've got to get like through a rock climbing thing, just to sort of prepare myself for the journey, so I didn't have to sort of keep backtracking. But yeah, apart from that, it's been a totally sort of organic sort of uncovering, and I think more buildings should maybe be enterable. There wasn't a huge amount of sort of loot or anything in there. Not that, you know, loot is obviously well, I guess obviously loot is the most important aspect of the game, but I mean, I'm not trying to find I'm literally walking away with about fucking like $1,000 worth in cash, so. So this is woodlots, yeah. I'm gonna keep sort of pushing on. Shouldn't be too bad. There weren't any wolves up here originally. Yeah, there's a little bit of old man's beard as well, but I can do a secondary run for all of this. Like, at the minute, this is just the bulk moving of, because as soon as I get back to the base, the actual homestead, I'll know what's going on, kind of thing. I'll know what we expect. To be honest, I'm actually thinking of going back to the homestead pretty much immediately, to be honest. I don't think I'm going to explore Milton too much further, because I just need to get the supply runs up and down the thing. I've come here what I came to get. Extra tools. I've come here to get, you know, extra tools, extra supplies. I came here very specifically for rifle ammo. I didn't find any rifle ammo, which is a little bit annoying, but that doesn't mean there isn't any here. And it's certainly, with my bow and arrow, not super high on my to-do list. Like, it would be definitely nice to get some, but because I have like 11 rounds of rifle ammo already, and I have the bow and arrow to hunt with, it's not as important. It's not as important, so I'll probably end up just bringing all of this stuff over to this dead drop area just here, and then we'll decide how best to allocate the RTB, the return to base. So yeah, it should be pretty good. It's probably going to take about 3 or 4 runs to get all of this stuff back to base, but I'm pretty sure I can live with that. So we've got our 2 fire logs, we've got 3 books. Like I said, I need to really lighten the load, so drop all of those. Drop that, all spare clothing that I found. My spare hatchet, because I need to decide what I'm going to take with me. That, I'd probably keep my crowbar, I need that. Drop the spare boots. In fact, just drop the mittens for now. We can come back for them. We've got, going to keep the antiseptic. This tin of peaches is shit, so we're going to eat it now. Try not to die eating it. There we are. Oh, fantastic. I've got food poisoning from a tin of peaches. So I need some, we need some tea. Food poisoning, something you ate, making you very sick. You'll weaken until it passes. Okay. Let's just get the antibiotics down us. And we can rest for 10 hours anyway. There we go. That's that stat check passed. Just my luck, eh? So we got our reishi mushrooms here. Pretty good haul between these two there. I think we might be in a real good shape with them. We got a spare MRE, which is massive. Rose hips don't weigh anything. I'll keep those on me. Bandages. I've got 2 pairs of shoes. Cured leather. Got 4 cured leather, which is very helpful. Some spare drink. I got a spare t-shirt. Like, just clothing and cloth. That's really what I'm after here. Well, I think I just threw my current hat down there. Oh, it's no bother. It all goes back to base, doesn't it? My spare. In fact, let's just put my spare scarf on then, if I've accidentally thrown my hat down. There we go. Lovely. Right then. What else do we need to drop? We got all of this money. It doesn't weigh anything, so I'll just keep it for now. That cartridge, that. All of this doesn't weigh a thing. That's all fine. Drop the spare newspapers, perhaps. I'm still a few kg over the limit. So I'm not necessarily in good shape, but I'm not in terrible shape either. This chocolate bar is probably going to give me food poisoning as well, actually. So I'm just going to eat it now, get it over and done with. No, okay, no food poisoning for me. Aren't I a lucky soul? Cool. I think mostly the water is what's weighing us down. But again, we can shed water. Water we can get in any amount once we get back to an area or two. So yes, for the moment, I think that's it. I'm going to obviously save it there, and we're going to focus on getting the supplies back to base in the next stream, I think, because we're sort of just pushed 3.5 hours, and it's about sort of 20 past 10 here in the ook, and there's stuff I need to do before I hit the snooze button. So yeah, thanks very much. Hope you enjoyed this the Long Durk session. Thank you very much to everyone that thank you for everyone that turned up. Like, holy shit, we got fucking 540 people here. Like, what's going on? And thank you very much to everybody that followed as well. And thank you for everyone who subscribed. That's obviously a big thanks. Like I say, got the next couple of days off, so hopefully see a little bit more of me poking around this week. Fingers crossed. And yeah, there's always somebody that turns up when we leave. It's Sir Hellfire. That's yeah. So they're like, "Oh, I'm so happy," and it's like, "Yeah, we're going now." All right, excellent. Right, hope you had a good time. I know I did, and hopefully see you for the next stream. Thanks very much, and have a good evening. Bye.